Hello everybody, welcome to the Microsoft E3 2018 pre-show. We have a lot to talk about, but before we go anywhere, let's introduce our lovely panel. Right next to me, I wouldn't want it to be anybody else, Michael Huber.
Hello.
Favorites.
Next to him, best friend for life, Bradley Ellis.
Hello.
Brandon Jones, I didn't even know you were going to be here. It's a treat.
Surprise!
People love your rants,
Thank
especially when we talk Xbox. And at the end there, the biggest Xbox fan of all. So the Microsoft press conference is going to be starting in 1 hour, and I want to try to create a realistic picture of what is going to happen. And I've got two tweets from two prominent people to start us off. And the first tweet I want to talk about is from Jeff Keighley, who has been delivering some E3 sass. If you haven't checked out Jeff Keighley's Twitter feed, he's been talking about EA and some pretty surprising for Keighley ways, I think. I haven't seen that level of sass from him before. But anyway, he's getting us optimistic for Xbox. He says, Xbox does have quite a few new game announcements tomorrow on stage. Good first and third-party news from what I'm hearing. Some good surprises if everything holds. To follow that up, Phil Spencer, the Xbox man himself, said, just wrapped our final hashtag Xbox E3 rehearsal. Feeling great about the show, excited to world premiere 15 games tomorrow. That's the number I want to get stuck in your head. And much, much more. And so I want to get...
Huber's eyes are watering.
I want to get first reactions. We've already got tears from Huber. I don't know what's going to happen. 15 games tomorrow. Now, there's some caveats there, I think. But what do you think, Michael Huber, we're going to see at this show in 1 hour?
Halo. Starting off with a bang.
Okay.
It is straight up time for Halo 6.
Opening the show.
To start.
Yeah.
Bold.
Whoa.
Wow.
Opening.
Bold.
Opening with Halo. That's my
Wow.
prediction here.
What is Halo 6 going to be?
I don't know. I don't know, Ben, because you know, you had Halo 4 and 5, and now 6, which would be technically the conclusion.
The Reclaimer trilogy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what that entails, like, my mind can't even fantasize about what it's going to be because I just have no idea. I have no idea what Halo 6 would be.
I've got some thoughts I want to throw at you.
Okay.
Okay. It's easy to forget Halo lore, I've found out.
Very.
But if this is a direct sequel to Halo 5, I think they could try to, I'm not saying they're going to, but I think they could try to pull on our emotions and really emphasize Cortana being the villain.
Dude.
And that it's going to be this really interesting struggle, or intimate struggle, rather, between Master Chief and Cortana. And I think that's what it needs. I think we need to cut out all of the stuff that hasn't worked in Halo 4 and Halo 5. Show us Master Chief, show us Cortana, focus on that.
Would you want a new character? Or do you just want to be Master Chief again?
I think we're at a point, I think if the story in Halo 5 was better received, I think I would entertain that thought a little bit more. But because of where we're at, I think we want to be excited about Halo, and I think a message that would do that is it is just Master Chief.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like they did from Halo 2 to Halo 3.
Yeah.
Where I'm not saying Locke can't be around and you don't interact with them, but do it like you did the Arbiter in Halo 3.
Yeah.
Make him an exciting cameo side partner. Focus on Master Chief.
Arbiter.
Finish the fight.
Back in action. Let's go.
Brandon, you're a big Halo fan.
Yeah.
What would you want to see in Halo 6 that would make you excited?
I just want to get back to its roots. I actually, for some reason, I got the latest Warcraft expansion in my mind, Battle for Azeroth.
Yes.
It's just like getting back to the basics of like these two main warring factions, really building the whole thing around this war. The Halo 5 was like a hunt. I actually was, when I was looking through trailers, one of the trailers said, "Get ready for the greatest hunt in the history of video games." It's like,
Trailer said that?
oh boy! All right, slow down. So, yeah, I think the hunt didn't work. I think vilifying Master Chief, I don't think works. I think just so many franchises that are getting a new shot to smell nice and fresh this generation. I think this series really needs to go back to the basics of what made it great. Really focus on a conflict on a intergalactic scale that involves many parties, just like just a huge war. I would love if the trailer, instead of really focusing on, yeah, but he's got a lot of emotions to deal with this time, pull out. Let me see how big this thing is. How many, like you're saying, how many other partners are coming in to help?
Right.
How many cameos we're having of different people that we can associate with, and not just all this conflict is happening, but it's really about these two people. Like I would love it if so many parties were involved.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Something that really didn't work for me in Halo 5 is in the marketing they hyped up kind of the conflict between Locke and Master Chief, and I don't feel like that tension was there in the main game, and it wasn't even really the focus. Like, it was kind of a broader conflict that was at the heart of Halo 5, and so I hope that the messaging that they have is maybe a little bit more in line with what we're actually going to see in the game.
Which one was he unmasked in? Remember there's that bonus cutscene where the mask comes off?
So in Halo 4 at the end, you can see his eyes.
Could we see an unmasked Master Chief fully? Can we expect that?
Chief. Yeah, it's an eye patch.
It's weird at this point, I think, with unmasking Master Chief. Like, is that really exciting if we've kind of teased it already? You know,
it makes him more human.
It does. But I think they've actually gone to great lengths to already humanize him, not just in the games, but in the outside media as well. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe it could work, and maybe it could be really interesting.
I imagine the Kratos reveal, how we heard his voice, and we're all like, you know, you called it, but like we don't see him yet, and it'd be really interesting, I think, to like maybe follow a character that we don't realize is him. You know, like halfway through the trailer, and then like you know it either ends with seeing like the broken helmet, or you know having him finally speak, and we're like, wait a minute.
Like he's wearing cargo shorts, just kind of like hanging out.
Cargo shorts is
drinking,
a must.
Drinking like a margarita or something.
Like the end of Triple X. Bora Bora.
Would we have to see cargo shorts for you to be interested in Halo 6?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, I was remembering something that they said. I don't know if it was 2 years ago or when, but they said that they called it Halo 5 Guardians because they were introducing the idea of subtitles, and they were going to lose the numbers. So today I don't expect Halo 6, I expect Halo : Resurgence, or what, like some word. ODST. And I wonder, like, to me that indicates that it could be moving in new directions or doing like vignette stories or something. Like, I wonder what that would indicate, if anything.
Halo 6 is in a really tough position, I think, because they do kind of have this storyline that they've built over 2 games that they need to resolve. You can't just leave that hanging. But I also think they need to excite people about Halo again, and I think about Halo 3 and how well it did that with the beta that was included in Crackdown. And I would love to see something like that again, where I think the Halo 3 beta was so exciting because of the quality of maps that we saw. And I just want to give people like a huge lead time. Wouldn't it be exciting if they announced a beta during this conference?
With the next Crackdown next year?
Right. And that way I think
that's
you
why
need
Crackdown's
to kind of have your cake and eat it too.
The beta.
If you can excite people about the multiplayer and then you can deliver on the story, like you can have people that don't care about Halo lore still be excited while still satisfying those hardcore fans.
I think a Halo teaser will not play well. Or not just be kind of whatever, forgettable.
Sure.
You know, we're like at the end of it, we'll be like, oh yeah, and then the new Halo got announced, and like, you know, didn't really show anything, so who knows? You know, like unless we really or see a concept, you know, that seems very different. But I remember the first time we saw Guardians, we were just like, all right, he's in a desert, it was a big thing.
Right.
Okay.
We've got a lot of rumors to discuss. Brad, you and I and Huber and Brandon, we've kind of sparred a little bit on our opinions about Gears of War 4.
Yes.
But according to Walmart Canada and other reported rumors, there may not be 1 Gears of War game. There might be 3 announced during this press conference.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's a lot of Gears. What would you want to see, and specifically, what could they improve upon in Gears of War 4 in a direct sequel?
A Gears sequel to 4?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. They'd have to do something like completely new that I didn't expect. Like, it can't just be like a battle royale mode or something like that. Like, that's not enough for me, or just like a different cast.
What if I told you that that was potentially one of the games?
It's gonna be, yeah. I mean, like,
about?
I feel like if a multiplayer game's coming out, it's heavily considered for them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, they gotta do something with the cast for me to like really care about them.
Sure. Hearing Brad and Huber growing up stories is always a treat, and one of the games that was included in that was the, well, not games, was the Gears of War trilogy. The way that you talk about Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, going through all of those games together. Legendary. It sounds like you had a really good time.
Oh, yeah.
What was essential in that co-op experience that you'd want to see in Gears of War 5?
Just how good the campaign is together. You know, you eat, like, playing as Dom and Marcus together, they both feel important. The teamwork, you know, we'd play on like harder difficulties, like teamwork is essential. It just feels really, really good to go through the story together. And I didn't really get that sense in 4 because the story didn't really grab me and pull me in.
Yeah.
So just give me 2 relatable characters that are both integral to the story.
Yeah, did the other ones have 4-player co-op as it went on later on?
3 did.
3 did?
3.
I wanted to kind of go back to 2 players and really just focus on that. Like, I love the parts of Gears of War where we would split up
Yeah,
and kind
I
of do
love
each
that.
different things and meet up later on.
I love
Brad,
that.
you are jumping on a point that I wanted to make, and I think in the first 3 games, something that they really nailed, and they only got better at over time, that wasn't really there in the same way in Gears of War 4, is I felt a sense of history, and I felt a sense of camaraderie between Marcus and Coltrane and Dom. Like, the way that they talked to each other, it was like, man, these guys really know each other. They've really been through the ringer with each other, and there's just such good banter, and I didn't get that same natural sense of camaraderie between the playable characters in Gears of War 4. And so I want like a stronger pull there from those guys.
Wait, what if you just play as the Locust this time around?
Or like a Locust chapter or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Some renegade faction of Locust that wants to like break away.
The Arbiter of the Locust.
Yeah, and it's just like they just go for it, you know, it's crazy.
And that's such a good idea because they've shown, especially in Gears of War 3, that they have made playing as the Locust so much fun.
Oh,
And
it's
so
so
I don't
fun.
think you'd have to worry about it mechanically, right?
Beast mode is just the best.
Yes,
I
it's super fun.
I just love it.
Yes, it's super fun. I haven't played it in a long time, but it's super fun. Ian, does an RTS in the vein of Halo Wars do anything for you?
Oh. No.
Why?
If you can't yank, I'm not into it.
If you can't what?
Yank.
Yank. Oh, if you can't yank them behind cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta yank.
Does it RTS in the vein of Halo Wars, which is one of the 3 rumored games, do anything for anyone?
I think it's interesting if they can pull it off, like seeing that franchise, how it's tackled in an RTS. Like, I like RTSs.
Right.
Just seeing their take on it, like, what will they do unique in this RTS that other RTSs don't do?
I feel like they could go the Company of Heroes route, you know, because cover mechanics are such a big
That's
deal.
a
Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you don't need to pull back too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be more interesting to me. If
Yeah.
it was like that style, like
Yeah.
isometric, closer.
The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is I remember our excitement for Halo Wars and how we commended the trailer and we thought it was a cool thing that Microsoft was doing that was unexpected. And then Halo Wars 2 came out and it did not make a splash, not only with us, but I don't think it made a splash in general. Part of that had to do with the way that they included microtransactions and that whole cloud kind of hanging over it. But even so, that excitement didn't carry through when the game launched. Do you see a similar path for a Gears of War RTS?
What do you think, Jones?
I think that's a sticky mesh of audiences.
Right.
Well, you got your RTS fans and you got your Gears fans, and there's certainly crossover. Same with Halo. I just think that's a marketing challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if necessarily Microsoft wants to challenge themselves in that way. Can you get these people that Gears might be one of the only franchises they play. They might have like little to no. That's why I say like don't pull back too much. Like if you have a really wide shot where you're controlling helicopters and tanks, and you can also play as the Locusts versus the humans. Where if you just kind of take the normal Gears experience, pull it back a little bit, maybe even potentially like remake the first game in an RTS, or go back to events that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
So we're like, so fans are like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to play, and it's like you're now the commander, and you can step back and you can order Marcus and maybe some other people that were around him doing other stuff that you didn't know, and kind of take a big picture look, and not necessarily like, oh yeah, the tank is really really small, and I got to worry about resources and all that stuff. It's more of just a widened perspective of the tactics of Gears.
I got it. You'll get me excited. If it's more like XCOM, if they do
Sure.
a Gears of War game like XCOM, I'd
Yeah.
be way more into that than
Absolutely.
RTS.
Is it rumored that there's a Gears of War RTS?
Yes.
There's
3 games.
Gears 5 and the Battle Royale and
And the RTS. Yep.
RTS.
That's really weird.
So the thing that I also want to talk about with these spin-offs is, do you think people are more accepting of spin-offs if they know that they're getting a traditional sequel as well? A lot of the talk
Yes.
that I've seen with Pokemon Let's Go
Yes.
is it's like, oh man, if this was all that was coming, I wouldn't be as hot on this. But because I know that there's a mainline Pokemon game coming in 2019,
For example,
I'm really
like
excited
a
about
Command
this.
and Conquer
Command
phone
and Conquer.
game.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Left
Federation.
hanging a little
Yeah,
bit there.
yeah.
But if you
Federation
know
Force.
that Gears
Soften
of
the
War
blow a little bit.
5
Yeah.
is coming, maybe this isn't a Halo War situation
Right.
and you're more...
Right.
You just go to the crowd, and he's like, I'm here with Ferguson, we're just going to check. We got another Gears coming, right? Yes. Okay,
yeah,
great,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a
And
Gears
it's
of
called
War...
Jedi Fallen Order.
I think a Gears of War Battle Royale is easy to kind of take at face value and be like, yeah, of course, everybody's doing Battle Royale. Why wouldn't they try it with Gears? But this is this is, you know, Coalition is behind Gears of War 5, but you've also got Epic with Fortnite. Do you think that the relationship there could produce a more interesting result than we expect? As somebody who loves Fortnite.
I know. I love Fortnite, and I love Gears of War multiplayer. You know, and Horde mode is legendary, and obviously what they did with Beast mode. I am so eager to see how they would do Battle Royale in a Gears game, and I am 100% open to the idea and the possibility, and very optimistic about them pulling it off. It's just, you know, when you think of Battle Royale, you think of large scale, you think of scavenging for resources, so how would that all play out? I know in Horde mode and stuff, you can build like barbed wire and traps and turrets and stuff, and that could directly be tied into like a Battle Royale type game.
I do think there's sort of an over-the-top nature about Gears of War that could potentially work really well with Battle Royale. Like, imagine there's one Hammer of Dawn on the map.
Yeah.
And imagine that moment in a Battle Royale setting. It could be really fun.
Or if locusts were NPCs or something, and they just like can erupt from the ground and cause chaos. And
that's kind of what I was going to say. Because in every battle royale, you need a storm, you need the eye to close in, and it like Maelstrom or whatever. Like instead of just a storm, what if it's just more and more locusts and monsters
coming
and
around,
stuff on the outskirts, and they just keep encroaching in, like pincer attack in a circle.
Amazing.
Like, that could be crazy. And like you can fight them, you can fight your way out, but if you're too deep in there, you just can't win.
Could you do some sort of survival beast mode mix with the Battle Royale, where when you die, you become a locust and you hunt the remaining players?
That would be amazing.
Fun.
I think that could be cool.
I don't know if it'll be as big scale though, like 100 players.
Can't
When I'm thinking of Gears of War, I'm thinking much more like smaller spaces, like a lot of ways to go.
I don't think 100 players is necessary.
Yeah, you can
for like Gears of War.
And you know, I think the biggest thing is don't call it Battle Royale. Because I think it was bad for Battlefield to come out at EA and say, we're doing Battle Royale, no details, no name, no trailer.
Royale.
They said Royale. Just Royale.
Just Royale.
Just
the
Royale.
Royale part of it.
I think it is really frustrating when you say something like that and don't provide any details, because your brain just automatically fills it in, and that's that you're going to get like an Anthem situation where I think you're making a lot of assumptions that may not be true.
So you call it Annihilation or Conquest or some other mode name, illustrate how it works. But I think even hinting at like, this seems similar to maybe some, game modes you all might be familiar with. Knock that talk off. Just don't, show us something new. Let us do the homework after the fact of being like, I think this was inspired by Battle Royale, but is their, own Gears take on it.
But does that, on the flip side of that, would that make it seem like sketchier? Like, is it better to just call it what it is and just say, like, yeah, we're ripping off the thing everybody loves?
To me, it depends on how close it is to what we're familiar with.
Right.
And I think out of all of the franchises I've heard, Gears is one of those that I think would have the longest leap to make it, like a PUBG or a Fortnite. I think just the major thing is I'm not going against another multiplayer team. Like you were doing Horde, but that's against Locust. You're doing multiplayer, that's against Locust. This is against other cogs. Like these are human beings, whether it's in some kind of an arena or just some like a make-believe mode. Maybe something that happened many, many, many years ago before even the Locust arrived, where like we were actually fighting with another warring faction. Or there's some island where they drop prisoners on or something like that.
Yeah.
You're fighting against 20 or 24 or something.
I think there would be a lot of power, especially in the wake of how Call of Duty has handled it and how Battlefield has handled it, to have an on-stage demo of this is what this is, and we're going to show you how it plays right now.
Yes.
I would love that. I think that'd be great.
And controller in hand has been done many times with Gears. So.
Yeah.
And it's something that I feel like Xbox has kind of prioritized in recent E3s, and so it'd be nice to see that trend continue here. Brad, does Fable 4 do anything for you?
Yes, I want Fable 4. It's been a long time.
There's a lot of heat behind Fable 4 definitely being at E3 this year. There have been multiple rumors. What would you want to see out of Fable 4?
I want a new studio to tackle it.
Okay, what if I told you
yeah, it's gonna be, but
that new studio was Playground Games behind Forza Horizon?
Whoa. Way into that.
Do you think that could work?
Yeah, I think that'd be really great for them. A team who necessarily doesn't do a game like that all the time, taking their own spin on like a genre we all know.
Yeah. There was an interview with an ex-Lionhead developer, and he said, I would be excited for a new studio to work on Fable, but I would also be nervous because that's a complicated game to interpret. It's not just a typical RPG. about choice. It's about customization, and there's so many things that you would want to be in place for it to be a Fable game. And even the humor.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Like I totally understand all that, but I don't think the last few Halo games have been like really that on point, anyways.
No, I really don't like Fable 3.
Yeah, I don't like Fable 3. Like the Kinect game, it's like. I think after those two games, we're kind of like, it's stale for us now.
Sure.
We need something new. We need a little new lifeblood in this.
Fable Legends got canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up.
And it's just sad because the foundation is there. Fable has the foundation to be great. So I would love a new studio with a new interpretation, whether that's a reboot or a sequel. I'm down for either, because you can be a sequel and still kind of just address the world of the first trilogy while focusing on different characters and a different
Other
area.
people live in that world.
Exactly, yeah.
It's been a long time since Fable 3, and we live in a post-Witcher world, and we're about to be in a post-Cyberpunk 2077 world.
Oh man,
I can only
hopefully
hope.
sooner than later.
And obviously, Fable is a different beast than those two games, but what I mean is things have evolved over time. What would Fable 4 need to do to stand out and compete in the RPG realm?
I mean, I think if kind of like what you guys were saying, but if it is that living world, if it's Witcher but funny, like I think that's what you want. That's what you're looking for, and I think that would be really fun. I'm excited to see, because Forza Horizon and those games are like visually gorgeous.
Those games are awesome.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if that's true that studio is doing it. I think that they could make a really beautiful looking Fable game, like in that kind of like less realistic style.
More exaggerated.
I think it'd be awesome. Yeah,
that.
I think it would look really cool. I don't know. I'm excited to see if that's true and what it is.
Top 10 games with trees.
Yeah.
Or top 10 use like the trees in
Yeah,
Fable.
look at these
Oh,
trees.
dude, the cloaks.
I love the
That's
trees.
a major thing that made me sad when Legends got canceled. It's like those cloaks look so
The
good.
character designs.
I was almost thinking like, man, I might be a mage, and I never play as a mage just because that cloak.
I think
That was that fabric.
Just remembering one thing. I think they need to catch up on with other RPGs like which are on the open scope of the world.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
Fable games are kind of like you're in an area and you go down a path
Hallways.
kind of thing. Yeah, it's like hallways. Like
Yeah.
it needs to feel big and open, like a world you actually want to explore, not like just you're being led down paths the whole time.
Well, and I think
Surprise is not
that
just like take a left or take a right.
Yes.
I think that the promise of Fable was always like, your choices super matter and whatever, and it always kind of felt like, yeah, they kind of do, but they kind of don't.
Yeah.
Like, I think now we have the technology to make that promise happen, you know, where it's like, wow, that thing I did 7 hours ago really did impact this. Like, I think,
I think part of the thing that was frustrating for me about Fable 3 is how much they hyped up being a king, and it felt like they were doing this whole new mechanic when it's like, well, yeah, but I think you could still do more work on just being an open RPG. Like, I don't need... I would love it if they could do it perfectly, but it's like, I don't need to build a kingdom or something crazy. Like, if you just give me a big, open, funny, good-looking RPG, I think that would be enough. Yeah. Brandon, you're the trailer master.
I also like Fable, I think, more than anybody.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
I enjoyed 3. I love all the games.
What would be
sad
funny
it's gone.
in a new Fable trailer? Like, what would be the bit?
What I think would be interesting is if you expanded the co-op options. So I think in 3 you could play co-op, but like I didn't really take anything back. Like I took money back and that was it. Like I didn't get experience. I don't bring back items. I think it would be interesting not only to expand co-op options so that maybe the story allows for the introduction of other parties that are possibly from other kingdoms or maybe somebody else like on in your royal family or something like that. And it'd be neat if you wanted to, or maybe there were specific game modes where I could influence your game.
Yeah.
So if you like let me, I could come in and we could go on missions and like maybe you don't know what I'm up to. And it'd be interesting if maybe I could like lie to people or set something up that'll mess you up down the road.
Sounds like a nightmare. Oh my
Potentially,
gosh.
but I mean that's. I think dealing with those consequences much more in like a BioWare way, because I think BioWare has a lot to do with politics and making deals with people. And to me, Fable's always been about growth, about like seeing how something blossoms, like when people get older or when they graduate to another level of expertise, or they get married or they have children. Like those are always the big events, and it'd be fun to like have a child with a co-op player, or and then maybe like go off and play with somebody else, and then they're wondering, wait, that's not my kid. You had a kid with somebody else. And it'd be neat to, I think it'd be adorable to follow a character through their life. So it's not just like you play the first 30 minutes as a kid and then they're an adult and you're an adult the whole time, but like, you know, kid, teenager, you know, adult, having the end of the game be you in your old age, maybe even possibly like passing that off to, you know, your children like near the end of the game.
I like that you're speaking to this sense of mischief, and you brought up BioWare and getting into these huge political conflicts, and I think there's a lot of joy in the very, very, very small moments. Like, I imagine you being with a co-op partner and getting to a pile of gold, and you go in and you investigate it, and you lie, and you say, oh, there's only 500 gold here, but there's actually 1,000, and you get to take a little bit more. That's something that can be really fun and create a bunch of moments that would set Fable apart as well.
Or possibly some Dark Souls stuff where like there might be some bosses that can be played by people that are invading your game.
Yeah.
You know, where like there's areas, you know, this is kind of like the Division where like this is a messy area where like there might be other players, you know, goofing off with you. Like you say, in a mischievous kind of way.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot.
That you made me think of World Tendency. Like
No.
Demon Souls.
No.
World Tendency
No.
is a great idea. It was just confusingly implemented. I think that in a Fable game, if you do like, I mean, like you were saying, maybe you allow like certain friends to impact your world or story or whatever. Like they can come in and out of your thing. But like, I think it'd be kind of crazy to have like.
It would be really
if
crazy.
someone's playing super evil, you like hear rumors of this player being. Like,
It would be very
and
scary
it
to play
changes
with
the world.
Bossman.
Oh yeah.
Because he would be like
People in
on
your
your
village just
side,
keep
he'd help
getting
you
killed.
out, but like there would be times when
Yeah.
he'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, the shopkeeper's dead. Bossman.
I'd love to do a video with Easy Allies with no research beforehand, where we just take turns, like in a secluded room, trying to explain World Tendency, and that's an easy update.
That would be very good. Let's do that.
Daniel Bloodworth, Damian is pulling up a tweet from Daniel Bloodworth, who is waiting in line right now to get into Xbox. So he's going to get hands-on.
it's a lot of people.
Look at that Xbox shirt. Do you think Fable 4 runs into the problem where it's just kind of a CG teaser and we don't get a lot of details and we get a little frustrated about it and we say the stuff that we've said before about that kind of presentation?
I would say Microsoft runs into that problem.
They
potentially.
sure do.
Because there's a lot of new, like we say, 15 new announcements potentially. Like that
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of CG, a lot of logo treatments that we're just going to be sitting on for like 6 months.
Please.
I want to talk about the 15 world premieres, okay, and think
Yeah.
about last year's Microsoft press conference. I think the world premiere stuff can get a little loose. Where these 15 world premieres are not
Plays best on
necessarily
Xbox One X.
right. Yeah, these world premieres are not necessarily talking about big first-party or third-party exclusives, but just little things or the first reveal of this particular mode. What do you expect to see from these world premieres?
Are we,
how
are
excited
we
are they
dreaming
gonna be?
right now? Are we pie in the sky?
I don't think
I'm
we're
ready.
dreaming. I think we're trying to be realistic.
Okay.
We're gonna get to the dreams. We're
Okay.
gonna get to the dreams.
Okay.
I got one. Forza.
Okay.
Gonna be there. Gears. I think it was gonna be there in some form, no matter what.
Is Assassin's Creed Odyssey a
Yes.
world premiere
Yes.
with its game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
That Battlefield thing. might be
Nordley's
counted
War
on.
Story
Yeah.
a world
Nordley's
premiere?
War
Yes.
Story.
Let's talk about those two things specifically. I want to. So Battlefield 5 is really frustrating how short the presentation was during EA's press conference. Is Nordley's War Story going to be exciting, Huber? Are we going to care? Are we going to care?
I'm ready to be emotional because that scene did give me chills when she like pushed her over the railing when the Nazis were coming and she's like you know, that moment of heartbreak of like, yo, I'm like,
She says not a drop,
not a drop.
which could be tears, blood.
So like so intense, you know. So I think it has the potential to be very emotional, and you know, I would take like from the war stories, I would take emotion rather than innovative, exciting gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
Like, just make me feel for these characters that are involved in World War II.
I think that'd be good for Battlefield because their stories like we never cared. Ever.
Yep.
Except like people like Bad Company and stuff like that because they like the camaraderie. But like,
Battlefield 1 here and there
one,
had its
it's
moments.
like they've been definitely left behind.
Not the most
competitors.
recent example, but I remember finishing the campaign of Battlefield 3 and genuinely thinking to myself, I couldn't tell you what happened. I couldn't get on a podcast and describe this story in great coherent
But
detail.
you know, we talk about the improvements from game
Absolutely.
to game in a
Yes.
franchise.
And-
Because Battlefield 3 was like a tacked on,
Yes.
like, basically just kind of like a horde mode setup, if you will.
Right.
And then 4 was kind of that real, you know, Call of Duty style campaign going through.
And to emphasize your point even further, I was watching on IGN, Damien from DICE got on there and he said something that was curious to me. He said, we've kind of figured out how we want to tell stories. And just the way that he said that with such confidence, I think you might be right. I think this might be more interesting than a lot of people are giving it credit for.
Just the emotions, you know. I'm not here because like if I want to blow stuff up and work as a team, like that's multiplayer, you know. Have the single player just make me feel things.
Yeah. Will this be long? Will there be a lot of Battlefield 5 at Microsoft's conference?
No.
Their
presentation.
presentation. Yeah.
The war story.
I think we'll see like a 3-minute
3 minutes
narrative trailer, maybe.
Does somebody with past Battlefield games, they've come out and talked on Microsoft stage. Do we see that? Do we get explanation of what we're seeing, or do we just get a trailer?
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably happening beforehand because we do have the context going into it. We do kind of know what we're going to see.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, someone comes out, you know, for this, we really wanted to explore a personal story. Our protagonist is this. This is the conflict she's going into. Maybe even describing what you're about to see is this specific part of the story.
Sure.
I would love it if it was just gameplay. That'd be great. I don't want it to be cut up. Because it's like, whenever we do a deep dive like that, whenever we get the announcement of something, and then we drill more into it, if that's a big flashy trailer, lots of quick cuts.
Yeah.
It's like, stop selling it by forcing yourself to sell it. Just give me the goods.
Yeah. I completely agree.
And I think that would be convincing to you, Huber, to say that, like, okay, I'm not feeling the emotions here because this is a glossed up edit.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the emotion because I'm seeing exactly what we're going to be doing in these details. This campaign's so good that they can just show 1 2-minute slice and not have to jump around. Look at all the locations, you know.
Brad,
Yes.
you played Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
You liked it.
Yes.
It kind of relit your flame for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's not like a huge flame.
Yeah, not like a huge
It's
flame.
like, it's there.
Right, but you know, you could maybe cook an egg over that flame.
Yeah, heck yeah.
What would you want to see from Assassin's Creed Odyssey that would make that flame just a little bit bigger?
I want to see like much more emphasis on exploration, like just finding like weird stuff. Like I don't know what this. I know it's like in Greece or whatever like that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of islands in Greece. You could sail around, look at some islands. I would like to see like more choices with your character, having like more of an impact on that. Not necessarily just following a story like you do in Assassin's Creed like that. Like maybe giving you a little more input into the story actually.
Sure. Huber, talking about Greece, talking about Spartans. You have talked about Spartans with not the same level of frequency as you've talked about Vikings, but a warrior group that you're into. How would you want to see that mixed into Assassin's Creed?
Wars.
Full-scale wars?
Like large battles where you are straight 300 shields up with like the spears going through. Like let's have large-scale battles. Because we've done large-scale ship battles, kind of, but like on land. And I remember even Assassin's Creed 1, there's kind of that scene where they're attacking the castle.
Yeah.
And, I haven't really felt that scope in Assassin's Creed in terms of like the battles and the wars and stuff. So I think that would be a way to do it. And I think the setting and the fact that it's focusing on Spartans, it just makes sense.
Huber, I think you are so on point, and something that could get me really excited during the trailer is you see this huge conflict, and you, as an assassin, are just kind of climbing over it and around it,
that's what I was
and viewing it, and finding opportunities where you can take advantage of this huge
like
battle.
There's some huge other thing going on, and you're slinking through because you know something everybody else... Like, that's what I like about Assassin's Creed is when you've got your little mission and everything else that's going on is like, not about that necessarily. That's cool.
Oh, so Origins had kind of areas, there was a couple areas that really didn't have anything in them.
Yeah.
I don't want stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want everything to be like substantial. Like, I want every area you go there for like a purpose besides maybe one thing.
Or some like side quests.
Something cool out there. Instead of just like a huge desert with like nothing there.
Yeah, they put those deserts in just for that
like, feel of like being in Egypt, but it's like
the end game like Pharaoh.
Yeah, but those suck.
Yeah, those are not good.
Those are lame.
Huber, we talked very recently about the story in Assassin's Creed, and you talked about Ezio's trilogy being the high point. Well, not trilogy, his story being the high point of Assassin's Creed. and how you just really want them. You was hoping that Assassin's Creed Origins would kind of be the centering that would get you to care about the overall mythology of Assassin's Creed again, and it really didn't. Do you think they can do that here, or is that completely gone? Do you think enough games have kind of left that overarching story by the wayside, and they're not going to focus on it?
Yeah, I mean, as a consumer of Assassin's Creed, it's hard to think that they really care about this overarching story right now, and it's a little upsetting because
they're scared a little bit. They're like, do we want to get into something that now we're stuck to?
Yeah.
And then now we got to keep telling this other character story.
And I just feel like I'm kind of being strung along, and it's like either commit to it or reboot it and just forget it. You know, don't have it kind of lingering in the background that there's this real world. It's all connected.
Right.
Marvel Cinematic
I would
Universe
love if
time.
they ditched all of that.
Yeah, just did and like give us the game that like just concludes it.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, whatever. Just either commit to it or get out of here.
It's been the ongoing thing throughout the entirety of Assassin's Creed. I remember when the first one came out, and I didn't know about the future stuff, and then I was playing it, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
It's always felt, to me, unnecessary.
Totally.
I feel
Unless
like
they lead up to like a Watch Dogs style future-ass game, that would be sweet.
That modern day setting Assassin's Creed.
How crazy would that be if Odyssey is like half in the Greek stuff, and then like, what's the machine called?
Animus.
The Animus like breaks, and then you like get downloaded with all those skills in real life and just go on the run for
That
the
was
second
Assassin's
half.
Creed like 3.
Yeah. Is that what happened?
The one
I never played 3.
The one.
Never mind then.
There's one very important Animus thing in Origins. I don't really know if it's a spoiler, so I won't really talk about it. But there's one important thing that kind of changes the franchise moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. But it's interesting because we were talking, Jones, about, you know, Assassin's Creed Origins and kind of the birth of the Assassin Order. But now this game is set even before that.
Right.
But we just
Wait,
saw
this is before Origins?
Yeah, but we just saw the Origins and we just saw the birth of the Assassin Order. So
Pre-Origins.
What?
Maybe this isn't. It doesn't even like. It's not. It doesn't even matter anymore. Maybe like the assassination thing is like not even in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just over it.
So there's a lot of unknown about Assassin's Creed, which is exciting too.
It is.
You know?
I feel like from an audience perspective and from the people making it, we're constantly trying to figure out and interpret what Assassin's Creed is and what's important in Assassin's Creed. And Brandon, there is a particular Assassin's Creed entry that you talk about like it's like a past lover. You're so affectionate about Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
And Don is too. What
And
is it?
Brotherhood.
I got some news for you, Ben.
Yeah.
Me and that past lover hooked up again recently.
Oh! How recently? We're talking like last
months.
night?
No, months. Like
Yeah.
2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah. So
I got it on PS4 and jumped back in, and
I was with her as well, Joe.
well.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
Kenway.
What stuck with you so hard in Assassin's Creed 4?
there's a lot of things. There's some stuff I don't know if we'll necessarily get into Odyssey because we have to meet these characters and the story and everything. I love how aloof Kenway is. I love how he comes into contact with this. He kind of like puts on the assassin's garb. He's like, this is convenient. You know, he doesn't really care. Right. I love like he climbs up at one point and the person that you're with is like, wow, you're really good at climbing, and he's like, meh. And it's like it's very clear, like just move on. Like we're tired of like giving you that training mission and setting this stuff up. So it is like it's fun to hit the ground running in that way. I love the introduction to the world in Black Flag, but just I thought there was such a smart divide between there wasn't too much sailing, there wasn't too much stuff on land. I thought it was such a perfect mix. It's like whenever I got on a boat, I couldn't wait to get off on an island and explore it. And when I was done with the island, I couldn't wait to get back on my boat and go explore. And so it just, I think size-wise, like if you actually do the math, I don't think it's like that much bigger than any other Assassin's Creed game. Just really felt huge.
Absolutely.
Even with some blatant restrictions of like, this is a fort, you can't go on that fort, this is just a tower. Like, this island has a lot of trees on this side, you're blocked off, you can't just dock and go off there. I'm really excited to see, just because of the, if you look at a map of Greece, it's just a bunch of islands, and so I'm excited to possibly get back to that. And just see, there's been big differences between. I know a lot of people had problems with Assassin's Creed 3, but I went to college in Boston, so it was really fun. Being like building I've never seen. Oh, I went to that coffee shop, and like
the way you said Boston, I felt like you threw a little bit of an accent on there.
Boston, yeah.
Boston.
I just watched Departed, so maybe that's what it is. this reminds me of Venice a little bit in that so much of those original buildings are still standing, and so you can play Assassin's Creed 2 and go to Venice, and if that's what it is. Like that stuff is still there, and so it'd be really neat to see the Parthenon, to see these like very 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 popular things you can just watch images of, and not in their like crumbling state now. In their prime.
So much.
One of the coolest things that Origins did, in my opinion, was that discovery mode that came out after release.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I would love to see for Greece and going and getting a history lesson. Yeah. We're just about at the Unhinged Dreams part of this pre-show, but before we get there, there are a couple of more things that I want to talk about. One of those things is just really important to me, and that's Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And I think this is interesting from a couple of different perspectives. I recently, a couple months ago, played through Ori and the Blind Forest, and it was very much a Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze thing where I was like, I should have played this sooner. This game is great. I'm having such a good time. I can't stop until I finish. And what's interesting about Ori and the Blind Forest is it's a platforming game. It has some Metroidvania elements. It's really gorgeous. Like there are all of these things that you've seen in other games over the years, but it all came together so well with a pretty interesting enough that you wanted to see it through story. And another thing about Ori and the Will of the Wisp is this is something that Microsoft has that is kind of just a huge success. You know, I feel like with Sea of Thieves, it was like, there's not enough content there. With Halo Wars 2, I don't think it really caught on the way that they wanted it to. I think there are so many things that Microsoft has under its stable where there are a bunch of caveats with, and I don't think Ori has that. And so, should they focus on Ori and the Will of the Wisps and play it up as this huge success? And how could it be exciting during the show?
This would be the ultimate Shadow Drop.
Oh yeah, Shadow Drop.
Ultimate. This would be the culmination of Shadow Drops, and I could. It's possible. This is not just.
I think that's a very good.
It's possible.
Possibility.
Like this would be the one to Shadow Drop.
You'd be 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we need one.
That is the one.
Yeah.
It would be
available
so
today.
perfect. It would be so perfect.
That would be PC and Xbox.
People would freaking lose their minds.
This is one of those Huber things where. I'm gonna be so bummed if it doesn't.
I know, yeah.
I'm gonna be so bummed.
What if Crackdown Shadow Drops and it was all just a ruse the whole time?
It was all Crackdown.
We're delaying it and we lied to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be tricky waters to navigate. I think.
Like it's been out for 3 weeks and we didn't tell you.
Brandon, usually with games like this, they feature them, they give them some spotlight, but it's not a big blowout. Do you expect to see a similar kind of treatment here?
Yeah, I actually really, really liked the Xbox E3 press conference trailer of Ori. I thought that was like the best trailer that they did. I think I remember finding out later that the composer wrote a track just for the trailer. And I think you could really tell it built in a really nice way. I think, I would love to see a little bit of this game in action. I think it would be fun to showcase what makes it so special. And not only that, but I think this is one of those games, it's exciting to talk about Halo, it's exciting to talk about Gears, because I think that's like the passion that people are missing right now, or I am, from Microsoft, is that dependability that we get to return to these things that we love. And that we're not just going to hear about, a new franchise and then have it get canceled, or, something Phantom Dust coming back that we're excited about, and then that doesn't come to fruition. Right. And so seeing something like this, where they're like, no, this is a new franchise, this is something that is exclusive to Microsoft that we really care about, here's why you love it. Because even if you have great music, I think it's tough to sell a game like this in an epic way when so many of the details are so small, when there's such a big, disparity from these, smaller central characters and these huge things happening in the background, that if you cut to stuff really quickly, it's like, wait, there was like a crazy dinosaur, what was going on there? And so I think if you let this game breathe a little bit, I think it would be really cool. And from what we've said so far, different from stylistically from a lot of the stuff that we're probably going to see.
Just watching this, man, I can't believe how good it looks.
It's so pretty.
I think you can make that Shadow Drop even sweeter, because when you have a very exciting announcement like this, and let's say Ori and the Will of the Wisps comes out today, I can't let it go. I think you have that initial rush of excitement, but for a lot of people, I also think you have the, oh wait, do I need to play the first one? And Microsoft is actually in a unique position. I'm not sure if it's on the Game Pass, but if it isn't, that's something that they could bundle with the announcement, or if it already is, highlight that fact, and that's a win-win.
Oh,
I think,
we're going to hear, how many times are we going to hear the Games Pass today?
So many.
30.
a lot, but
say
it's a
less
really
than
cool
30.
thing.
Oh, it is.
you know?
Yeah.
So you can't really blame them, I think,
Available
for
on Microsoft Games Pass.
yeah, for highlighting that, I think. There's one last game I want to talk about, and maybe we'll get a couple of other ones in before we do our unhinged dreams. But the last one I want to talk about is We Happy Few.
Yeah.
Not what I expected you to say.
Yeah.
I was hyped and then I tanked.
Right, but that's why I want to talk about it.
Wait, is
because
that game out yet?
it is in early access.
I played it like a year ago.
Right.
And
I know.
this is
And it
kind of
was
the arc
not
that I
good.
want to talk about with We Happy Few. Because I believe it was 2 years ago, we had that really captivating look
Trailer.
at the campaign. And then it came out in early access, and people were like, wow, this is kind of rough, and I don't like this, and I'm not getting the sensation of what I saw
Well, and
in
it's-
that demonstration.
It's not what you want that game to be. At
Right.
least not what I wanted that game to be. Like, I don't want a weird procedural survival, like, weird...
Yeah, didn't it have some like roguelike.
It's like a
elements or
procedurally generated survival game where like it has this really cool story intro and then you just go out into the world and it's kind of whatever.
yeah.
And that's not the game that these trailers seems to be pitching.
Right.
I want them to delay this game for 4 years and just make it BioShock.
Do you think that this is something where at E3 2018 they can say, hey, we've refocused this game, it's a new thing, take a look?
That would be cool.
And could it still be exciting? Could it still get people hyped up? Or have we been kind of going through the motions with We Happy Few that it's too late?
I don't think it's too late. I mean, they've got this guy in the Prisoner jacket, Prisoner of the series. But I think, yeah, if they retool it,
Yeah.
because what it felt like to me was they had an idea and then Rust was popular or something and they were doing that. It felt like Me Too kind of a thing. And I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I love London. If a game is in London, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Did you play this one? Did you play
I have not played. No, I have not played it
the
yet.
early release or whatever?
I have not played it yet.
Early access?
Yeah, I kind of heard the same thing, Ian, about it's just a little rough right
Well,
now.
it was just a unique experience because, I mean, maybe I was just not educated as to what this game was. I was making assumptions based on the trailers, but I've never had an experience like that quite as palpable in a game where I was like, wait, that's what this game is? And it just turned me off, kind of.
But watching this right now, looking at the
It looks
footage of We
awesome.
Happy Few,
This game looks amazing.
it's hard to let go of the fact that there's something there, right?
Right.
You know, there's something that could be focused on and built up in a really cool way. And so I want to be optimistic for We Happy Few.
Yeah.
There was something that cannot be forgotten that we need to talk about.
Can I interject for We Happy Few?
Absolutely.
Because I played it.
Oh, like
The new one?
I played it on Judges Week. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go,
okay.
Jones.
We got
Spread the word.
And I don't know if we want to go into
got
too many
real D&D.
details because I think there's some good speculation here, but I just want to respond to one thing you did say is they said specifically we stopped. We stepped away.
There it
You
is.
haven't heard from us for like a whole year. We spent that entire year writing a story. And
Oh,
basically
wow.
like
Oh.
adding a narrative. One of the things that I liked from the playthrough is that there were lots of memories coming back. So you would go into a new area and he would have a flashback and be like, what was that? And he's trying to get back to, they said in this trailer there's going to be several characters. Like, the character I was playing out was trying to get to a loved one that they had left behind. I was trying to remember, like, do I know what happened to that person? Or can I really trust my memories? And, you know, they talk about there's the people that take joy that are, like, just completely assimilated into this world,
Yeah.
that love living this fake life. And you have stopped taking that, and so it's not just like a light switch. As you know, this joy is kind of flushing out of your system. Slowly, you're regaining your faculties, you're regaining your memories, you're understanding more about the world, and so that was interesting about it. And just because that
way
plays
cool.
right into what all of you were talking about, and it was interesting seeing the difference from what you played. There was a lot of the masks, a lot of
Right.
the stealth, and really getting a sense of how the systems of the patrols worked, and kind of like outsmarting them. And what I played was very much like in the ghetto. It was like outside of the city. These are all the people that haven't taken joy for a long time. They're all, you know, really struggling for resources, very distrustful of anybody that wanders into their neighborhoods. Almost kind of like a Mad Max vibe of like there's a couple people who have barricaded themselves
Yeah.
and are, you kind of have, you know, in there I had to like break into one of those things to find something. And
Brennan,
That's so
you are
much
Santa
cooler.
Claus right now. You are giving us a little present, I think, before we start
That's
the
good
show.
present, Jones.
I do kind of want to have just a rallying cry before we get into completely unhinged dreams, and that is will we potentially see Cyberpunk 2077 at the show?
There it is.
And how awesome will that be?
Yes.
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 If
Yes,
we see,
yes,
if we
yes,
see
yes,
something,
yes,
I'm
yes.
gonna lose my marbles.
Yes, yes,
Oh baby. Oh baby.
yes.
It was 5 years ago.
I feel like we're at a point with Cyberpunk in 2077 where we're so confident about it
Yes.
that there's like 100 different ways they could do this presentation, and all of them would totally please us.
Even
The
a
only way to
teaser.
lose is not to do it.
The only way to lose is not to do it.
Yeah. Here or Sony or whatever, maybe PC. That'd be a huge get for them. But
Do you think we could see something like a live demo for Cyberpunk where we're walking around the world, seeing stuff, having conversations with people?
I hope so. Now, if we're talking pie in the sky dreams,
Yeah, give me pie in
this
the
would
sky
be the
dreams.
gnarliest
We're right
shadow
there.
drop of all time.
No, it's not.
It's impossible.
Oh my God.
No.
I don't think that's pie in the sky. I think that's like
It's like
pie in space.
It's like in space.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
pie
yeah.
floating in space.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? People would have
I
hard
almost
time.
can't.
Yeah.
The thing about CD Projekt is they're so honest. They're so
Yeah, yeah.
straightforward.
They would've
Like
told
they
you.
don't want any mistakes in their advertising. They don't want anything to be perceived in some way that it is not. So I would not be
Yeah.
surprised at all if we get gameplay. I don't know if they trust their latest build enough to play it on stage.
Right.
But I don't think whatever we see, if we do see something, I don't see it being cheeky or mysterious. I think it's going to be very much boom. There you go.
You talk about that honesty, and it's almost like CD Projekt Red could get on stage and they'd be like, yeah, we've made the best role-playing game of all time. And then you think about the reporters being like, okay.
CD Projekt Red can come on stage and be like, "We made the best role-playing game of all time. We determined that the world isn't ready. We're gonna hold it.
Right.
We're gonna hold it for a couple of years
This
until
game is coming out in 2077.
Yeah, until you deserve
And
it.
they just have some papers in a little trash can and they just throw it in and they
Yeah.
light on fire. They're like, someday.
Yeah,
Someday it'll be
you're
ready.
not ready.
Yeah.
It would destroy your fragile minds.
You talk about CD Projekt Red, you talk about that honesty. If it shows up at Microsoft, is there any talk of exclusivity, or is the fact that this game is kind of showing itself here a big enough deal on its own?
Xbox One X powerhouse, definitely
maybe.
could be something there. Plays the best on this system. Some kind of Xbox One X tie-in.
Oh yeah, they'll have that. I mean, plays best on Xbox One.
Yeah.
No timed window or anything, though. I don't think.
No, I don't think so
I don't
either.
see CD Projekt.
I think
Red
after
getting
Witcher 3 they won't.
All right, it's time to get crazy. And to kind of preface this craziness time, at 11:59, 1 minute before we were supposed to go live, a couple of minutes before that, Damiani went outside, and I wasn't paying much attention to it. He comes back in, and he's holding this folded piece of paper. I don't know what's in this paper. I have no idea. And Damiani, who doesn't do this kind of stuff normally,
Never seen him do this before.
specifically instructed me to not open it until the post-show.
Okay.
So there's something here. There's some Damiani details that
Some
we're going to
hype.
find
I
out.
hope he is so wrong.
I hope
Yeah,
he's so
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I hope
We're
he's
gonna find
so
out.
right.
He's like that guy,
I want
Johnny
him to
Carson.
be right. Damiani.
What do you think is in that piece of paper, Brandon Jones?
Well, I don't know, because if it can't be like a DMC5, as we're talking about that
Can
kind
it
of
not
stuff.
be?
It can
Well,
be.
but why write that down? Why? What a weird thing to write down. I think it's.
He started playing the Gears B-roll again here. Is that a clue?
We talked
No,
about.
I just grabbed
we
something.
know.
I needed to cut to a shot of us. It would have looked
Okay.
weird without footage. So
Okay.
We know,
all right,
we
all
know
right. Double
Damiani
blind.
is straight up backdoor shady deals with Nintendo, with Square Enix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
we talked about Kingdom Hearts being a good get for Xbox. My guess would be it's the world we see, a new world announced, a new character or something that's going to be in the Kingdom Hearts trailer.
I think that's a good guess.
He on one of his,
Brad,
dark
Kazooie.
websites he goes to,
Brandon,
For
or
Tim Geddes.
dragged up some upside down photograph.
Brad, we got the release date. It's coming out January 2019,
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts 3. We got
Yep.
that out of the way.
Yep.
And I think there's a really good chance that we're going to see multiple Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers at multiple
Yes.
press conferences
Yes.
showing off completely different things.
Yes.
What will we see at the Microsoft press conference?
Star Wars.
Star
Yeah.
Wars?
Star Wars.
Star Wars
We're
world?
going, baby.
Oh
Let's
man,
go.
I feel like they could stop the press conference after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna see like Kylo Ren's lightsaber and something like that.
What are Sora, Donald, and Goofy going to be dressed like?
That's a good question.
Stormtroopers.
Donald will be a droid.
Oh,
yes.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes. Brad, that's a really good guess. What's Goofy going to be?
Goofy?
I think Goofy would
He's
be
gonna
good
be a
as a
Wookiee.
stormtrooper.
He'll just be a Wookiee.
That's
Like, what could ask a
That's
further
way
for
better.
you?
But
be
they're like
Wookiee.
That's way
oversized.
Yeah.
Sora in an oversized stormtrooper costume would be really funny.
There will be a point where they wear
They
disguises.
have to disguise. Yeah.
There's something really funny to me about like Sora being in a Sith mask that I can really get behind, you know?
He like wears Vader's mask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
he
this?
invaded. There's that moment where they like meet each other and they're
Right.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he's got the Vader voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think that could be really cool. Okay, I think we're really at a good point for Pie in the Sky levels. Let's keep this going.
Okay.
We got any?
Shadow Drop, Cyberpunk, it's happening.
Whoa.
You're gonna re-entry that
Uh-huh.
into.
I'm pulling it back down into the stratosphere.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
I got one.
We
Dude.
want the
Okay.
Cyberpunk reviews to go up 2 weeks after the game comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad.
The earliest.
New Mistwalker game.
Oh
A
god
new
damn.
JRPG on
What?
Brad, I
Xbox.
had not thought of that.
Yeah.
Lost Odyssey 2.
Do you think that's likely?
I don't know. I'm talking dreams here, baby.
We're dreaming.
You're throwing them out, but
I'm
you're not
dreaming,
taking any
baby.
responsibility.
It's been a
You're right.
barren wasteland for JRPGs on there.
Was
Yeah.
Dead Space exclusive to Sony?
No.
New Dead Space would be kind of crazy.
Dead Space
That
would
would
be
be
cool.
Good
crazy.
Dead Space.
EA's been playing the long con Skate 4.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
alive.
The long con.
It's
Oh,
still
man.
alive.
Oh damn! I forgot.
If
about
we
this.
could get Phil
Skate 4.
Spencer to say, we've been playing the long con at
Yep.
Microsoft, and they open with Skate
The
4.
con.
Long
competition.
con.
I've got two big ones.
Have you ever had a small one?
No,
Okay.
two big ones. Okay? Perfect Dark.
Oh. Yeah.
Perfect Dark
Good one. That's a good one.
and BioShock.
BioShock.
BioShock
Yeah,
for real.
BioShock, that's a good
I believe it.
Ooh.
I believe BioShock.
Huber, I
In
think
this
that's
conference.
pretty damn good.
I believe
good
it
one.
so hard in my heart. I'm ready for
I
it.
can get behind that a little bit more than a Cyberpunk Shadow Drop.
What about a new System Shock?
There
there's
yeah,
System
there was
Shock
that
coming,
coming.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool if
That would be
we
very,
saw
very
that.
cool.
I would love to see BioShock though, so much.
Back underwater, or like some other weird thing.
Some
Both.
other weird thing.
Takes place entirely in that alternate 80s that had Revenge of the Jedi.
Man, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we're just going back to Rapture again,
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
Rapture's
no,
done.
Rapture is
done.
a beautiful place. I love
what
it.
if it's like a
But let it-
I've
competitor?
been there.
There's like a second Rapture that like a competitor made, and it's just like great.
If they call it Rapture 2,
Rapture
I'm-
2.
and for that reason, I'm
Electric
in.
Boogaloo.
Yeah. There is something I want to do before we go into watching Microsoft, and you're just going to be seeing our reactions and our excitement and maybe our disappointment, because I don't want to do this as we're watching the show. If you like us, if you're new here, if you don't know who we are Easy Allies. We are supported by you guys on Patreon, and the support that we've had the last couple of months has been absolutely standing. Our Patreon is higher than it's ever been. We're getting close to that 50,000 studio goal.
Yeah.
If you would like to see what kind of things you could get by supporting us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/easyallies. We got a lot of good stuff there. We got a $5 tier where you can get early access to so many of our shows. You can get early access to the Easy Allies podcast.
Yeah.
You can get early access to Frame Trap, our second podcast where we talk about the video games that we've been playing. New episode just went up, by the way. You get early access to Fiasco Knots, reaction shots where we talk about movies. Fiasco Knots where we play Fiasco. It's
Yeah.
really fun, basically an improv show. So there's a lot of good stuff there. If you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/easyallies. Any other thing that I should promote, brand manager?
None that I can think of.
Dude, great job.
All right, we'll take
Well
it.
done.
We got 1
2
minute.
minutes. What?
Blow my mind.
Is our clock right or fast?
Blow my
That
mind.
should be
Yo.
right.
Oh, it's.
All right.
Devil May Cry 5!
Yeah!
Devil May Cry 5!
Thank you!
Let's
Let's
go!
go! Yeah,
Let's
there we
go!
go. We're gonna see Dante. He's gonna shoot out the Xbox logo, and he's gonna say "Better on Xbox One X." That's what he's gonna
Yes.
do. Yeah.
In a red coat, hopefully.
Oh, he's got the red coat.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
in a green coat.
Oh, that'd be
Oh.
bad for me.
That'd
That'd be bad for
terrible.
me.
That would be terrible.
We're gonna get that Crackdown 3 story trailer we've been waiting to not care about.
That didn't blow my mind. That just made me sad, I think. Yeah.
If anything was primed for a battle royale, could be Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Crackdown 3 is already on the next trend. It's on the next thing.
What if they just do like a
Descended.
Microsoft All-Stars Battle Royale? Or like, Crackdown. We were gonna do them
Dance
all
number.
individually, but we're putting them together. Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
So, Hubert, you talked about bringing back Perfect Dark, and I liked that. Is there any other missing Microsoft properties that could come back in a big way? I'm always pulling for Battletoads, man.
That's what I was saying. Make your new
Ah!
Battletoads.
Here we
Ah!
go. Showtime.
It's showtime.
Oh my goodness.
10. Love a countdown.
I'm getting audio on one side.
Yeah, we all
Here
are.
we go.
Is, there
Like that.
is it too late to turn the audio up slightly, Ian? You're amazing.
Louder.
Just a little.
Wait.
You can do it for all of us. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Ian.
Perfection.
Black and white.
Jump in.
Jump
in.
New theater, let's do it.
Go ahead and jump in.
E3.
Microsoft in the
2018
Microsoft
briefing.
Theater feels
They just
good.
look like
Yeah.
they want to be there more than you.
Home
Took us long enough.
slash.
Oh, we're going right in. We're going right in.
We're going
This is rare for Xbox,
Halo,
actually.
let's do it.
Game engine
Phil's
demonstration.
come out.
Halo.
Yeah.
Halo.
Game engine demonstrations. Halo.
I think it's Halo.
Water.
The music is reminiscent of Halo to me.
Oh,
What?
there's curveball.
Weird looking deer.
Red Dead? No. No. Too cheerful to be
Too
Red Dead.
artistic.
Recore? Oh, it's Rage.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, no,
Is it-
too modern.
No, no, no,
Splinter
no.
Cell.
I don't think it's Rage.
That's a monster.
There's monsters.
Yeah.
Watch
Monster Hunter
Scalebound
World
is
2.
back, boys.
Yeah, Scalebound.
Wow. Far Cry Primal 2.
I'm so nervous.
Africa 2.
Planet Earth.
Dude, I forget too. Sign me up.
That was Sony.
Log. We got a log. Cloth. Oh, helicopter.
Yo, Quinjet.
That looked like a killer.
Soldiers.
Something on the show. Oh,
Stargate.
It's Halo.
Halo. It's
gotta
totally
be
Halo.
Halo.
It's
Yeah.
It's Halo. Let's go. I really
Yo,
like
dude.
this.
Ancient
this trailer
Halo,
so far.
like Origins.
Oh,
Is this the plan for the first game?
Yeah.
Dude, great way to do that.
Yeah.
Give me that note.
Open world.
Man, this is really this is Halo 1 vibes right
Yeah.
now.
Wow, dude.
Absolutely.
Ah!
Infinite! Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Great.
Ongoing Halo.
Perfect.
Open World
Perfect
Ring.
Halo
Open
Destiny.
Ring.
Yeah.
Open Ring.
title. Do we get a time frame? Powered by the
Slip
Slip
Space.
Space
New engine.
Engine, dude. Upgrade.
Halo Infinite.
Oh. Don't cut to the wide.
Don't cut away.
No,
Dirt bags.
Okay.
I want to
Alright,
see.
What was that?
I don't know.
would really like
Putting
to
that-
have seen that.
Like a
Isn't that the Cortana thing in his head?
Please welcome.
I'm getting
Awesome.
games as a service
Yeah.
vibes from the word
Oh,
infinite.
yeah, for sure.
Spencer.
Philly's Fence. Seems dark.
Yeah, it does.
Jolly, cozy vibes for Halo.
I like that jacket flip.
Oh, yeah.
They always have that. They always have the screaming crowd.
With Halo Infinite, we will join Master Chief on his greatest adventure yet to save humanity. We're now at a moment of exceptional creativity in gaming. We can't wait to show you what Creativity Unleashed looks like for you. So to all the gamers around the world, across time zones and
stations.
languages, to every single person watching us on TV and on Mixer, and to our largest ever live audience, the thousands of you with us right here in the Microsoft Theater.
Get in there, Bloodworth.
Welcome to E3
He'll clap for that.
2018.
He will clap for that.
Won't clap.
It's like EA
I'd
doesn't
like to
count.
personally thank everyone who's joining us from FanFest.
Jolly.
That's fantastic.
It's
100% of the
It's there, yeah.
proceeds
Xbox
from
Play,
your
basically.
FanFest tickets are going to Gamers Outreach. Thanks to you,
Excellent,
kids
excellent.
in children's hospitals get to game with their friends in their favorite worlds. It's a great cause. That's what I appreciate most about gaming. Gaming brings us together. Gaming connects us. It inspires our truest cooperation. It creates some of our fondest memories of competition and our deepest conversations about the stories within games. Most of all, gaming fosters real community. It reaches across age, ability, race, gender, and geography. This is why I've always believed, and will always believe, that gaming is the great unifier. And what unifies us is our shared love of this art form. Legendary characters who captivate us, not just for 10 hours, but for 10, 20, 30 years. Bold stories that inspire the hero within us. Iconic worlds that are so richly imagined, we feel excitement in the air and danger on the seas. As gamers, we are at a momentous time where creative vision and cutting-edge technology together are delivering the art form we love. So, for months,
Deep opening.
our teams and I have traveled the world, meeting developers from Japan to Poland, from the UK to the Ukraine, from big studios to single developers, creators who seize the full power and potential of Xbox One to express their most daring vision for games. Today, we've curated a bold showcase of their best work and ours.
Bold.
50 games. 18 titles with exclusivity. And 15
He just put
world
a
premieres.
porterhouse in front of us.
You primed me, Phil.
First timers on this stage.
Medium rare.
Others
We're
will be
excited.
first timers on any stage. All are imagined by the industry's greatest talents.
I'm so curious
All
about those stations,
demonstrate
man.
Yeah.
Something is going
True
down.
artisans
like
can
30 on
create
30
mind-blowing art, immersive sound effects,
Could be that Gears.
breathtaking
Yeah.
worlds.
Oh.
So let's jump in.
Here we go.
Right now.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Get off the line. Ori?
Ori.
Oh, yeah.
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 Shadow drop right now.
Let's
Ready
get
for
that
that shadow
shadow
drop,
drop,
baby?
baby.
Right now.
Feel good hit of the summer. Let's go.
That previous trailer was really depressing.
There's sadness in Ori. Can I buy that L specifically?
Oh, you
Yeah, I want that plushie.
Nah.
What?
Come on, say it right,
Right
now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
Do it right now.
Right. Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that guy!
Or he's fighting back.
Wait a
Nice.
Hardcore.
Mine cards.
Yeah, but upside down line cards. Just moving around in
know.
AI is so
Yes.
good. Air dashing. Always need a good air dash. Or he's got it.
So. This game looks interesting.
Ooh.
As Kyle would say.
Spine.
Whoa!
Spine Mangler.
Yes.
We don't deserve this.
Whoa.
Okay, mech.
Some kind of mechanism?
At least Shadow dropped the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Who count?
Unreal.
2019.
2019.
Damn you, Weaver!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
The power of your dreams still
It's
power to
great.
hurt.
It's infectious.
Focus on the good.
Hurt.
World
Chest bands.
premiere.
Just
World.
next.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna talk at all.
We don't need it. Just give me games.
Army of.
Whoa. Whoa.
Is this it? This might be it.
Neo. Neo, it's Neo.
Is this
don't
Shadow's
know.
Yeah.
voice?
Oh, it could be Shadow's voice.
So you're awake.
I'm pretty sure.
There.
Oh,
Yes!
Yes! Oh my god!
Just yet.
Oh, Microsoft.
Yes!
Here we go.
Oh. Wow.
Oh my god.
Some time has passed since I found
Turn it up,
you.
Damiani.
Your master still lives. They'll soon make use of his bloodline. The limb you have lost will give way to something more useful. You'll learn to appreciate its worth.
Ah, trick arm!
Yes!
That's
Oh,
it.
okay,
Yes.
okay. All right, you got me. Tenchu vibes.
Oh, different stances.
Dude, that
different
combat.
stances for sure.
Pop up power bombs.
Build it side.
Whoa.
Poison sword.
Holy crap!
It's weird how Neo this is.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird how Dark Souls Neo is.
Yeah, true.
Trick arm.
Fair
though.
point. Trick arm.
Easily.
The death won't come easily, you say.
What?
Yeah, that twice.
Yep. I mean, yep.
You gotta die twice. It would be
How cool would it be if you could incorporate
They're
the
still going.
fact that you have to that's into your strategy and trick enemies and
Yeah.
stuff? Oh man.
a bold strategy from Fun Software, a game where you can't die.
This is a Ninja Gaiden. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
like
wow, wow. Look at
bridge?
that.
The best combat I've ever seen in my life.
Sekiro? Sekiro?
Yeah.
Microsoft, you're not doing too bad.
Carries, man! The blocks look so crazy!
I was telling
Wow.
you.
Here we go,
Like,
76.
so I
Let's play 76. Line on
saying
stage. Let's
is
do it.
All of the
and I was trying to get like
so many
Bloodworth,
stages.
like,
Oh, yep, here we go.
It's the mobility, man.
there.
It really got me the most excited.
the Separati.
How's everybody
talk
doing?
about it.
I think they're
It's great
crushing
to
this
see
conference so
everybody
far.
again.
Oh,
You know, actually, the Bethesda event is a few hours right after this, across the street. And Phil said to me, "I'm having a few friends over. Why don't you stop
We
by?"
haven't seen this in action, have we?
no.
No.
And look, I know Phil is really, really charming, but damn, he's got a lot of friends. And the good news is, you're our friends too. We've had an incredible 16-year history with Xbox, going all the way back to the original with Morrowind. Now backwards compatible,
The original?
and that goes all the way to bringing mods to
Oh,
consoles
okay,
with
sure.
Fallout 4. And now we are bringing the Fallout universe to Xbox Game Pass with Fallout 4 launching today.
Is that a not a shot?
Yeah, what is that?
No.
No.
And hey,
No.
since
cool,
we're
though.
here, we thought we'd give all of you an exclusive world premiere first look at Fallout 76.
Sweet. Sweet.
Don't shadow drop it at Bethesda tonight.
Yes,
Glad
Fallout
it's not only the Game
76
Pass.
is a
There's
prequel
so many. It's
to
the
all
most
the other
stations
games.
I've ever seen.
And it is our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That's
Set
And
in the
that's about
hills
1 billion
of
times
West
bigger than
Virginia,
Newtown.
you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
it's 100 million Nuketowns. Come on.
I'm nervous they're not going to do anything with those stations, and that's for the events after the press conference.
Yeah.
Like that's,
I mean, it
that's the
looks
fan
cool.
fest stuff.
Opening with the power. Okay.
Great time period, dude. Right at the outset.
Okay.
Two, one vibes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool.
Oh. Red Dead vibes. I like it. I like it.
This is cool.
300 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion
of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life will endure.
Almost heaven,
Dude, trees. Green trees.
Yes. Nice John Denver cover.
Oof.
John Denver hype.
Is that
Yeah.
we are on June 15th.
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
Oh.
Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself.
Okay.
That trailer was fantastic. It is. Oh my goodness.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Wow. So in.
But like, what is it still?
Yeah.
Because like that made it seem
True.
like a full-on Fallout, but
Fair
the
enough.
rumors are that it's
They're
like
really
a
leaning into that, yeah.
multiplayer.
I hope that's not too misleading. I hope that doesn't backfire.
World
I bet we'll see
Wow,
gameplay
and just
for
moving
that.
on. Oh, crazy.
I bet we'll see gameplay at the festival.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a lead up to Bethesda's conference. I think that's fun.
Swag.
Oh, what? Life is Strange 2?
Yeah!
Please!
I think that's what it is here.
Like,
Bro.
what
Yeah.
else?
Yes!
Could it be? Yeah. It's like, what else could it be?
Ooh, new characters. Okay.
The original story.
It's just me, Captain Spirit.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
This is Chris to the Flying Fortress. Have you spotted Snowmancer? Not yet. Keep me posted.
Chris, breakfast.
Okay, Dad. You're drinking beer?
I don't need a lecture from my son.
For free?
I
June
always get picked last
26th?
for the team at school, and they never throw the ball to me.
They can't tell stories like you can.
Maybe just
Can
chapter
they?
1?
No
Yeah.
way.
Get him in.
Start the launch. Too late. Emergency bomb.
Imagination.
You're that kid, Huber.
This time, you won't get away from me.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. We've all been
I
children.
miss Mom's smile.
Me too.
Oh.
You're probably gonna change the world.
I hope so.
I know so.
Captain Spirit is here!
Yes!
The Awesome
Dude,
Adventures
oh
of
my.
Captain Spirit. Download for free from June 26th.
I'm charmed.
Yes!
I'm charmed.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Huh.
Good
I wonder if that's not...
Exclusive.
Wait,
June
maybe that's not
26th?
Life is Strange 2.
Maybe that's not.
No.
Crazy.
Maybe that's
It's
like a
in the
crazy
universe,
prequel
yeah.
to Life is
Yeah,
Strange 2 or
So
something, yeah.
cool.
On deck.
Crackdown 3.
Welcome to Crackdown 3.
Welcome. How dare you?
Big, beautiful, like a skyscraper.
Now's your chance. You can wipe the slate clean.
If you want to play on my level, follow my lead. Somebody give me my jam.
Constantly screaming.
It's all about getting the jump on the enemy. No building is too high. 60 stories up, incoming. You gotta build up that raw power. Grab more, grow more. Nama, nama, nama.
Get those orbs.
Bigger.
Don't like collecting those.
So funny.
Then you need that fire power. Homing rocket gun, bullseye.
That
launch.
Cannon, see ya. Graviton tether. Have you two met? And the most powerful weapon of all, me. And then I roll out like a boss. I can push off fools, pull up the side of a building,
Yeah.
or even
All right.
bust out my very own tank. Oh yeah. Boom shakalaka. Man, these bad guys just won't quit.
Yo, Terry Crews.
Unapologetically Crackdown. Just every
Yeah.
time.
This is like an Old Spice commercial.
The hits just keep on coming. Boom! Whack, whack, mother
Rubber duckies? What? Yeah. All right. Good to see you again, Crackdown.
February.
Hey, okay.
They didn't blow my mind, but I thought it looked like a good time.
Sure.
I think that's
Sure.
totally fine.
Sure.
Oh,
Just Nier Automata. Yeah, it's just getting this morning.
Yeah, they announced this before the show.
I play games with my heart. My God.
Wait.
That soundtrack.
Glory to mankind.
It's coming up, 26th.
Yeah.
Same day as the Donut.
My gosh, can't wait for that. Holy moly.
Captain Spirit.
Oh, I wish that was out today. Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting they only showed 2 characters. I think that's like my craziest takeaway from that.
Metro.
Is that they're, like,
Metro! Here we go.
Metro, let's go!
Bring the goods.
Yes!
Captured in
And the
game.
ground burned to ash.
Don't skip
And the
Metro.
seas boiled, and people turned.
Let's prepare
I wish
the
there was a version though, Brandon.
So let us not fear the heretics at our door. Even with their iron steeds standing before us, stinking of machine oil and shining its heretical light upon us.
Remember, most of the country has been destroyed or occupied. Even those who speak our language might be enemies, by conviction or out of fear.
Massive
We will not falter. Let us steel ourselves against them. For this is our hour of glory. Amen.
Let's move out, Artyom.
This is so great. I think they're already doing it. Oh, they just never did that.
Absolutely. Do what you know and love. I really like this trailer.
Showing the familiar,
Yep.
showing the new.
Showing
Efficiently.
what sets Metro apart.
Yeah.
They want blood, they will get it. We'll cross it no matter what those fanatics think.
And if the heretics
that's interesting.
come for our lives, we will stand firm. So you got me, you damned heretics. Artyom, jump!
I believe.
Fun. A little bit of everything in that one.
Yeah.
February
Don't skip.
22nd.
Don't skip Metro.
Is that the same day as Crackdown 3? Or
Get caught up.
it just said February.
Yeah. Definitely playing up the exploration vibe.
Something else yesterday was coming up on the 22nd too.
Crushing
Metro
it. I
had
can't
me
breathe.
at its gritty visuals, brutal landscapes, and its mystery of the ruins above ground.
It was Bloodworth.
What I love about our art form is the
I said
vast range of creative expression, from grim post-apocalyptic battles to hand-painted spirit guardians. Whatever world these creators build, whatever story they tell, whatever sound effects they use, we will work with creators to guarantee that their games look and play best on Xbox One.
The grin when he says
Like this
The
next
smirk.
game.
Red Dead.
Generations have loved role-playing games from Inventive Studios in Japan.
Cyberpunk.
Our next game
It's
is the
Cyberpunk.
latest in a legendary series.
Oh.
For the first time ever
Hearts?
on Xbox,
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah!
Star Wars, baby.
Soak it in.
Star
Opening with
Wars.
that text.
Brad, you've set the expectations high.
Soak it in.
Frozen.
Frozen.
It's cold!
From Star Wars to Frozen. I'm like, oh.
Hey,
We'll get
Islander,
there.
what can I say?
I'm an Islander.
Yeah.
Look, even the sea's turning to ice. Wow.
Yep.
shorter hair.
Oh.
This will be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
10 million
I'm
copies.
into it.
Yeah, yeah. In America, too.
Walking, talking snowman. You
Dude,
really
like,
are
looks like the
alive.
movie.
Hello. Olaf, are these your friends?
Nope, never met him. Don't know anyone blue, green, or who's oddly spiky.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yo! Let's go, dude.
Sonic 3.
Simba.
Simba summon.
Whoa. It's like
King's
E-Freak,
Flare.
dude.
The Simba nuke.
Yes.
Oh, it freezes the water.
Yeah,
Cool.
that water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Star Wars tease.
Yeah, give me that Star Wars
Slow-mo.
tease.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, was that new?
That's a monster.
Gummy
King.
shit!
It's
Look out!
Audio.
Oh, yeah, this is some sound effects.
Oh, they're
there.
playing the new theme song.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You can control ice.
Control it? No, all I ever do is hurt people. This is my home now. I can't go back.
This is pre.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
No, this is
During the movie.
You're in one.
Or during the movie.
Nice. Yeah, the neck, dude.
Yeah, the voice and
Yeah, it
the
is
sound
weird.
effects. This is very weird.
Gotta emphasize that song though. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Aww.
Love that.
Tangled
Flowers looking best on
Tangled's
Xbox
great.
One X.
It's underrated, man.
Tangled rules.
Roxas
Yeah,
does
Tangled's great.
exist. His heart's inside my heart.
The other
you just say
Twilight
rock?
Town is just data.
So what will Elsa accept?
Oh my gosh.
Light or darkness? I know I want to know.
Well, good for you, but guess what?
Is that someone we know?
I won't let her fall to darkness.
Sounds like someone we know.
There it is, dude.
My man. You're too hype.
This Keyblade.
Aqua?
Aqua.
Aqua, dude.
Whoa.
Mickey,
Yeah, here we go.
you're too late.
She's a bad boy.
How you feeling right now, Brad?
Real good.
How you feeling right
Feeling
now?
real warm inside right now. Just real cozy.
Exclusive.
That might be the whole
wow,
post show
what
right there.
exclusive.
Aqua, don't hurt me like that.
That was first party.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, DLC.
I think a good time to include this in the conference.
Yeah.
Good place.
On the come down. On the come down from Kingdom Hearts. Here we go. Roadmap. Always a good idea.
Yeah. Bounce back. See if we
Story. Yeah, looks like it.
You needn't cower in the doorway. I actually like meeting new people. Besides, the conversation with my friend here has reached a bit of an impasse. I think he just needs a moment to cool off. Now, I sense that you brought me something to inspect. Show me. The waves of change roll throughout the seas, and a new land is revealed. The Forsaken
Yeah, straight up Lord of the Rings right now.
of darkness, where fire and ash consume all, and from the depths skeleton crews will rise to
finally.
pierce the seas. An ancient evil set loose upon
I
the
wonder if this is
sea
an
of
event.
Eve.
I think it's like their next
You have delivered unto me a
like,
potent
expansion area.
most terrible.
Better be free.
Yeah.
Oh! You just wanted to know how much it was worth, didn't you? Fine, I'll give you 10 for it.
Ooh.
Oh, they're advertising both.
Okay.
Nice.
July and September.
Very good.
They better be free.
Roadmap.
Nordley.
Oh,
Oh,
here
here
we
we
go.
go. I'd love to read that
Yeah.
for the context.
Saving your family.
Easy sell for me. The easiest.
Saving your family. Picks up exactly where the other one left off.
Jeg har altid syntes, at landet deres var vakkert og forstyrrende. Da jeg kom hit som barn, fortalte de mig historier om skapninger og
This in Frozen Norway's getting some good service here in the Xbox conference.
Vi ved, at nogen er derude. Og du fortælle mig, hvem det er?
Pretty brief.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
Incredibly brief.
Okay.
I think most of that they showed.
Exclusive.
All right.
Premiere.
Okay.
You don't
I
need to sell me Battlefield 5, but
I got nothing
come on.
from that.
Like, harsh.
There's splashes on
There we go.
Forza.
Bloodworth's ears just twitched.
Yeah, he just sat up a little.
You heard the engine.
Bloodworth
Like,
is
that's
clapping.
McLaren. Bloodworth is clapping.
It's gonna be a farming simulator crossover.
I'm ready.
Man, Battlefield, just show it off.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon.
You have the good.
That campaign's gonna be super short.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
The changing seasons shot has me intrigued.
Seems like this might be set.
Yeah, that's
in the
interesting.
UK. The rumors were hinting at.
Like it's gonna Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Driving on the left.
Forza Horizon is a good time, right?
Yeah.
A person walking around is not something you usually see in a Forza trailer.
Yeah.
True.
GTR. Oh. GTR hype.
Oh, I think it's in the next song.
Yeah.
Really emphasizing the change of seasons.
I hope they change that quickly and that often. It's like constant.
Every
Oh,
10
that'd
seconds.
be fun, actually. Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny.
Realism, schmealism.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's winter now. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yep.
First strike, Jackie Chan, let's go.
Yeah.
Can you be Jackie Chan and pilot the hovercraft? And for that reason,
Please welcome, from Playground Games, Ralph Fulton.
Does this lead into Fable?
are they going to show a real life car now?
Like the Sim.
Yeah, drive out.
They're going to show the hovercraft.
With Jackie Chan.
Bring it out.
So
Why
much
Jackie
is-
Chan? What are you talking about?
That's to be here today.
It's,
I am excited
maybe it's Rumble in the
to
Bronx
show
or
you
first,
the
it's one of
world
those. First
premiere
strike?
of Forza Horizon
First strike.
4, set in beautiful, historic Britain. Forza Horizon 4 features dynamic seasons in a shared open world, and seasons change everything. Let me introduce you to some of our team who will be helping demo the game
There we
today.
go. Here we
Please
go.
welcome Bill, who is online with a few
Come on,
friends
Bill.
in the beautiful English countryside. He has chosen the
I just wrote it
incredible
in, so
new
there's nothing else.
McLaren Senna. And say hi to Solomon, who is hanging out with his buddies on the streets of Scotland's capital, Edinburgh.
Using the new controller.
Oh yeah, the
Solomon is driving the
controller.
Hoonigan Ford Focus. And please welcome Andy, whose off-road buggy is perfect for taking jumps, scaling rocky terrain, and having fun on the coastline.
I'm still going with Bill.
But
I don't think
first,
Solomon and Andy have what it
let's
takes.
join Rebecca.
There, I said it.
She is enjoying the summer in her highly customized Nissan Silvia. The sun is out, the sky is blue, and it's the perfect day for a drive.
Show me that so
Forza Horizon 4's Britain is a
That's just
shared
huge.
open
Like
world.
two Xboxes
When you
stacked
play,
up.
you play with the entire community. And that means the other drivers you'll meet
Whoa.
in the game will be real
Man.
people with all the variety,
Oh my God.
spontaneity, and
Wow.
fun.
Oh my god!
So many people.
Bloodworth's
Let's join
freaking out right now.
Standing ovation.
He's in the
Bloodworth
same
actually
shared
coordinated
world
that.
as
That was
Tunic,
pretty cool.
driving
Yeah,
at speeds
that was
made
really
even
cool.
more
Bloodworth is
thrilling
worrying about
on
all the
Xbox
launch
One
trouble.
X by the brand new 60 FPS mode.
60 frames.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Andy is bouncing
I
around
love this kind of stuff.
the
This
dunes
is rad.
nearby.
Cutting between
As you
shots.
can see, Horizon 4 is still full of action-packed fun. And now we're going to show you how seasons change everything.
Autumn. No impact.
Seasons.
In Horizon 4, every
room.
season
The wind.
changes
No, it's like
the
one of
world
those
around you,
yeah.
with each bringing its
It
own
might be like
unique
a 3D
beauty
effect.
and unique gameplay.
I love that
Go
we're in a
winter
future
and
where we
drive
can't
over like.
One of the great things
Yeah.
about this shared world is that it's easy to interact with
Hello
the
there.
people you meet.
Want a
Solomon
drink?
and
Yes, I
Rebecca
do,
use the
Solomon.
new quick chat feature on the D-pad to start a new friendship. It looks like
Party
Rebecca
invites
has
then.
found some
Hubert, can I text you and just say
like-minded
wanna drift?
friends.
100%.
Okay, thanks.
You have to respond
Anytime.
with sure conflict.
It's
Fun
great
games.
to play solo, but it's
Drift
better to play with others. Horizon 4 lets you seamlessly enter co-op from within the game world. Seasons, time of day,
Good at driving.
and weather conditions are dynamic, but they are synchronized for every player.
Almost.
So the entire experience with it at
Okay.
the same time.
What happened in this game?
She said I'm on Mixer.
Now,
It's the
as
first
much
thing
as
I
we'd
wanna
all
say.
love to sit and watch
When
the
I
sun go
get
down
this game.
together,
That's gonna get
let's see
memed
how
in
this
winter.
scene
I'm on
Yeah.
Mixer.
looks in
It's already
winter.
on there. Trending. Mix it. I'm on
There we
Mixer.
go. Drive across.
Oh my god, if I go.
Oh, nice.
That's not enough. I'm not
The
biased.
entire
Did you say I got a-
world
did I
changes
yell I got a new
beyond
truck?
recognition. In winter, the lake has frozen solid, and previously inaccessible areas can be reached. The trees have entirely lost their leaves, and snow and
That
ice
is
cover the
drifting.
terrain. The
Frozen
visuals and the driving experience couldn't be more different. And now a blimp has appeared
such a
over
good
the
idea
ice
for
to
Forza
signal the
Horizon.
start of a new world event.
Bloodworth is weeping.
Forzathon Live invites the entire community to come together and cooperate to win big rewards. And while they head off to the event, I'd like to show you how the world of Forza Horizon 4 looks in spring. Once again, the world changes completely with the seasons, bringing new driving experiences, new gameplay, and new events across the whole world. Every season, there are new reasons to play Forza Horizon 4, and the huge, creative, fun-loving Horizon community will be there to enjoy them with you.
Look at that. I
Oh,
know.
God.
Today, you've seen a completely
Yeah.
new take
You want to play
on
it to do
Horizon.
that jump specifically?
In Forza Horizon 4, you will live in a vast, beautiful world in which dynamic
That was a cool transition.
seasons change everything. Forza Horizon 4 is coming to Xbox One and Windows 10 on October 2nd, and I am thrilled to announce that it will be included in Xbox Game Pass on the same day. Thank you so much.
Great.
Wow.
Great reveal.
Phil Spencer.
Firing on all cylinders.
We know that
Hardcore.
exclusive games from our Microsoft studios are what originally turned so many of us into Xbox fans. My team and I take our commitment to you seriously, to make Xbox One the best place for you to play and for you to have the best games on the world's most powerful console. This is why we're increasing our investment in our existing franchises that you already love. And this is why we are amplifying our investment in new worlds that will deepen your love for gaming on Xbox. We embarked on a quest to find creative teams that have the mastery of our
There's a
art.
leaf. Just
Remedy.
by himself.
And
Yeah.
we
Live
found
leaves.
Remedy.
innovative game designers, master storytellers, exceptional
Sam
world
Lake.
builders. And now, I'm proud to introduce the creation of a brand new Microsoft studio,
Whoa.
The Initiative,
Whoa.
led by Daryl Gallagher, a visionary storyteller who has worked across some of the most iconic franchises for over 20 years. This new Santa Monica studio is building a team of world-class talent to create groundbreaking new game experiences. And next, I'm excited to welcome Undead Labs to Microsoft Studios.
Good for them.
Good for them.
This studio caught our attention with their visionary approach to building a zombie survival franchise. They just released their second infestation, Into the World, and in the first 2 weeks, over 2 million of you have joined the fight to survive. Now,
I'm not going to hear anything
it's
from
my
them for a while.
distinct pleasure to announce that we have acquired Playground Games.
Good for the future.
Okay.
This is one of the highest rated studios of this generation, celebrated for their incredible craftsmanship. Not only will Playground Games continue to work on Forza Horizon, they're bringing their open world expertise to an entirely new project. We can't wait to share more about that later.
Come on, man. Damn you, Phil!
Fourth new studio. It's my personal honor to welcome Ninja Theory to my
Whoa! Wait, crazy. They were so stoked about the original.
They were very big about
to
the
me
Then they saw the cash.
when we collaborated on Kung Fu Chaos back on the original Xbox.
Good.
And in playing Hellblade,
Calling back
you
Kung
know
Fu
you're in the hands of master storytellers
Oh, I love you,
who are
Ninja Theory.
fearless about telling bold cinematic stories.
Oh!
This is a team gifted in creating new franchises.
Such a
And yes,
huge game.
we've got a fifth studio to announce. Compulsion Games. 2 years ago, we premiered a game we couldn't get out of our heads. A game that captivated us with its strong, fresh, and intense storytelling.
Ninja Theory.
We Happy Few is nearing its full release to gamers everywhere. So please help me in welcoming all of our new studios.
Wow, crazy, dude.
By joining us at Microsoft Studios, these 5 new teams will have the resources, the platform, and creative independence to make
it's an interesting thing to
For the
do
future?
in a briefing.
create
Yeah.
even bolder
That's a
worlds
good
for
announcement
you.
if you're an Xbox gamer.
Truth is
for the
the
future.
enemy of happiness.
Okay.
Isn't that the decision we all made?
Oh. But you know the truth, don't you? There's not a thing I can tell you that you don't already know. Is there?
Have you had your joy, Ollie?
People in town are getting a tad bit skinny. I think they're starving to death. And they're painting the streets in rainbows. Have you not noticed?
Oh, Ollie.
Why are you all wearing those ridiculous new masks?
You should get one. They shape your face into a smile. And when you smile, you can't help being happy.
We have to tell people. They need to know the truth.
No! It's better not to know.
Wakey, wakey, everybody. And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. Do what you should be doing, and you never have to worry.
Sally?
Arthur, we're practically the only 2 people in this entire city not stoned out of our minds on joy.
It's not a lovely day for it. It's a terrible day for it.
If you force people to have the emotions you want, then you've turned them into robots made out of meat.
Where is it? Where's the blackberry? You've gone too far this time.
People won't face facts. Not until we take their joy. And when we do that, they'll murder each other in the street.
So,
Yeah, dude.
I liked that trailer.
Back in, dude. Back in.
Give me a mission.
And for that reason.
Yeah.
Give me a world that I can
Take the joy
upend.
away.
Like, that's pretty
They said
exciting.
August 10th?
August 10th.
Exclusive.
Console launch exclusive. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Interesting wording there.
Okay, started here.
PUBG would be an interesting conundrum on that.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah.
War mode, okay.
What that? Oh, two.
Yeah.
Smart. Yep. Yep.
It's a good show.
Snow map.
Ice map.
Cranking out maps. Pretty.
Yeah. What was that? Would that
Pretty
be
fast.
4?
And good thing to show. It's been so successful for Microsoft.
Now Fortnite, yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite has a trailer.
Tales of Vesperia!
Yes, back, baby! Yes!
Wow.
You
All
said
right.
that.
Confirmed.
Show me the cheap
Shadow Drop.
Show me Patty.
Shadow Drop.
Shadow Drop.
Oh my
PS3
god, it's
version.
so good. Do it.
Come on, show me something.
Definitive.
Not
Oh, so
definitive
we
if
get
you
to
don't
actually
have
have
it.
Yeah, there's no way you don't. Right? You gotta get that basic stuff.
Here
Yes,
it comes.
there it is.
Say it.
Yep.
Do your thing.
Yes!
Yeah, there. Confirmed.
Not that one. Yes.
No idea what's happening.
Tails, man.
It's Vesperia.
Right.
And we're getting the PS3 version content that never came out here.
Nice.
Yeah, about time.
Oh yeah, dude. You're
This is like the best Tales game.
That guy's cool. The bow and arrow guy.
If I told you he is cool.
Whoa. I would believe you.
Right now.
Yeah, let's get it. Shadow Drop. Come on.
never forget that. The world
Oh
trade.
yeah, Shadow Drop this, please. Like now.
Such a great town. Right now. There's no reason.
Right now. Right now.
No reason
Right
not
now.
to.
We need a Shadow Drop.
There's no reason not to.
Damn
Damn you! Damn you, Phil Spencer.
We're
It's interesting
greedy.
what trailers get
We
the
are.
lower
We're
third
greedy.
treatment.
Feed
Hands
us.
down.
Yep, that's a good way to say it.
Finally.
Premiere.
All right. Okay.
Washington, D.C., the most heavily protected city
No
on Earth.
chaos.
Within its limits,
Feels like a
177 foreign
Hitman?
aircraft,
Division 2?
550
Division
elected
is what I would
officials,
guess.
Sounds like Diana, dude.
2,000 military personnel.
Division 2!
Different VO, lots of text.
In the
Lots of
event of an
maps.
attack, critical personnel are evacuated, underground shelters open, while complex defense systems patrol the sky.
But nothing stopped the virus.
Yeah.
27 days after patient zero,
This is very Division.
Washington fell. It began with riots on K Street, then shootings in the National Mall. Troops withdrew to bunkers. Civilians were left in the streets.
America is on the brink of
Textbook
collapse,
Ubisoft.
but some people have survived. Gardens grow on rooftops, their fences patrolled with rifles. In communities that live under constant siege, survival has taken the form of urban warfare.
Centuries ago, on this very soil, brother fought brother, spilling blood to forge the United States. History is threatening to repeat itself.
Now, in the heat of summer, 6 months after the outbreak began,
Summer this time.
a remnant of a corrupt state lurks in the shadows, ready to engage in a new civil war.
Agents of the Division are the only ones standing against it.
But how do you save a nation when its enemies come from within?
Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gameplay at Ubisoft?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
letting
didn't
us
get a
know.
ton from that.
That was
I'll
not
be
a good
honest. I got the
trailer.
location. That was about
Set
it.
the tone, dude.
Snowdrop.
Yeah.
I read that as
So
Shadow
bad,
Drop. I
Yeah.
really did.
That's Ubisoft.
Who dat?
Splinter Cell. No. Division.
Matt, that crash site is just
Oh.
ahead.
Oh.
Here we go.
Wait, is this
What is this?
It's Division.
Yeah,
It's
Division.
that
Okay.
circle thing, yeah.
Duke, Kit, did you guys
Much
hear
more
that?
interesting environment to me.
Closer this time.
This doesn't seem like
Washington's
America.
really changed.
Oh no. Gamer talk.
Look at that butt knife.
Some good looking water. Top tier water.
You were doing so good, Microsoft.
Charles Darwin surmised that the flower was pollen.
Oh, it's a suit.
21 years after
Look at this
is a
parachute.
cocoon jungle.
Dropped right through the ceiling. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, that'll
That
come in
purple
handy.
lip.
So you guys are
Shotgun.
coming or what? Yeah. Oh, Merry Christmas.
That's how I talk about the game.
I know, it's what I don't like about you, Ian.
I would say Merry
You're
Christmas.
fake.
Merry Christmas.
I would say that.
You would say. So you go, Merry Christmas, G.
Alright, let me just talk to this guy.
Give me the colors.
Those true sons assholes confiscated them, along with most of our drinking water. Up around
Okay, meet us at the sinkhole? Yep. Okay, sure.
I love discovering side quests. It's a small thing, but I
Yeah.
love it in video games. Feels a little more special.
You know, Gamer Talk, yeah, but this is definitely one of the
Definitely from the
lesser
capital.
annoying.
So far, so
examples.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far
You should have a
Pretty
new side
straightforward.
mission on the map.
Beehive.
giant
Yeah,
trees.
we're not that far.
Okay, do it after the crash site? Sounds good. They're just ahead of us, Matt.
It's funny how this being after that other trailer makes that other trailer like okay.
But they did the same thing.
Some
They
background.
did the same thing with
Hey,
Watch Dogs.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
loves to do little
weird
plot drop.
Kit, we gotta get you leveled up.
I know, please help.
I've been busy.
I think
Toxic
Washington
chemical
DC is
residue
an
detected.
awesome setup.
A lot of loot down there.
Hey, you guys should really check this out.
Sounds like
Almost there. So that's the control point.
Is that Air Force One?
Hey, wait for me.
Crap, they have a tank. Yep, I see him.
Don't aggro him yet.
Let me adjust my
Gamer Talk.
build.
Got my crossbow and chem launcher.
I would love it if this were characters in game just talking like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Don't aggro him.
Don't aggro him yet. I got my chem
Chem
launcher.
cloud out. Matt, can you flank
They
them
shoot
and get a
orange.
clear shot?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sniper
orange
on
juice
top.
physics.
Wait for it.
Finally.
To be fair, they did something that's so similar to Division 1. Remember that? Like the original.
No excuse, Huber. Learn. Improve.
Faint shot.
Matt,
It looks beautiful though.
It does.
And definitely they're focusing so much on
Try to get that tank off.
making this environment look very different
bad
from
guys.
almost
Yeah.
everything we saw in Division 1.
Grenade, grenade.
Well, because Division 1 was like very urban and wintry.
And I didn't love what I played with Division 1, but I think there was enough good stuff in there that I'm pretty excited for the sequel.
The Dark Zone, dude.
Division 1
Play some
was,
landmarks.
it like improved a lot over
Oh,
time.
a lot over time.
And yeah, it's like classic Ubisoft process of like doesn't have the support you would hope it would, but Ubisoft supports it.
Oh, I'm stuck.
And I
And
like
I'm
the
constantly
story.
hearing about new
Need a
updates
little
and
help?
whoa.
Like Division 1 ended with a good place in the story. Some mystery. Which I like.
Thanks, Matt. Oh, there's a dude rushing through the plane. Guys,
Yep, I'll see what I can do.
Shotgun seems a little.
Got him.
I think it's just so
Perfectly
splashy.
solid.
So, yeah.
yeah, hang on, I'll get you. I'll cover you guys.
Something that I
come
didn't like about the Division 1 is things took way too long to die.
They're
Seems like-
moving, yeah.
Yeah, it seems
They're
like
moving
they're
here.
moving faster now.
Get
Which I
that
like.
weak point.
Oh crap, Matt, watch out. Sending my drone.
Or at
Thank
least
you
it's
for
what
the
I hope.
revive, Meg.
I've got this guy behind the tank.
Matt with the hive knife.
Oh, I love that.
Again?
Drone down.
Oh, there
I'm a
goes
big
his armor.
enthusiast for future
You're on your
weapons
own.
tech
Yeah,
in movies or games.
Level up.
Division
Level
has
30. Oh, sweet. Congrats.
Alright, flare is up. Control point is ours. Nice. You guys wanna check out the plane? Let's go.
Analyzing ballistic residue.
Looks like a rough landing.
We're just fighting AI. This is co-op, right?
Yeah, it's co-op. And there's a PvP zones.
That's nuts.
Let's check it out.
Great idea. Let's just die.
He's got to look in that direction for the thing he doesn't know is about to happen.
I think we're ready. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Running up on Capitol Hill would be exciting.
Yeah.
March 15th. Sign up now for the beta.
Awesome.
Please welcome the head of engineering Xbox Game Pass, Ashley Spiker.
I kind of dig all the monitors.
This is a special time for gamers. We've never had so many incredible games to play. Storied franchises, uncharted worlds, new releases, and cult classics. Genres we love, and genres we'd love to explore. There's only one problem. Too often we are forced to choose one amazing game over another.
Oh, I was gonna say
so
one
we
console
set out
over
to
another.
solve that problem.
That would be
And
insane.
to answer the question, what if you didn't have to choose? What if you could play them all? The answer? Xbox
Microsoft
Game
clone.
Pass. A way to give gamers the ultimate freedom to play. And your response has blown us away. Not only are you playing more games, you are spending more time gaming. Freedom of choice is leading to more discovery, more play, and more fun. And we couldn't be more inspired to keep building and unlocking more for you. So for the last year, we've been working on how to give you faster access to all those games. We leveraged the machine learning expertise we have at Microsoft and invented a way to start your games twice
We've
as
acquired
fast.
DeepMind.
And naturally, we're calling it Fast Start. Unlike the current Ready to Start system, which is manually configured, Fast Start uses machine learning techniques based on how gamers actually play games. And Fast Start is designed to get better as the algorithms and parameters are refined over time.
Still press conference.
I'm pleased to announce that Fast
This is a good
Start
time to do
will
it.
launch
It's
for
been a lot
select
of
titles
games.
in the June update
Lot of
coming
action.
later
Yes,
this
some
year.
new titles on here would really spice it up.
Yeah.
Some new backwards compatible surprises, I think, would be a nice little secret at the end of this.
Ultimately, it all comes down to the games.
Yeah, here we go.
We'll continue to deliver iconic favorites like Halo the Master Chief Collection, coming later this year. We also plan to release all new exclusive games from Microsoft Studios, including Forza Horizon 4, Crackdown 3, and more, into the Xbox Game Pass catalog on the same day as their global release. Every month, we'll also bring new games from leading creative studios into your Xbox Game Pass library. Games like Ashen, Warhammer Vermintide 2, and Phoenix Point, all available in Xbox Game Pass the same day as their global release.
Yeah, don't sleep on Vermintide 2, baby. The game rules.
Cool.
So that's what's next. But let's talk about what's happening today.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
New day out there.
The Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited.
Wait, wasn't that
Free access
online game
to it.
already down there?
And
It is free, I
Fallout 4.
think. It's free once you buy it.
Oh,
So you have to
now
buy it.
it's
$10.
now it's free.
Okay.
Now
I thought it was free to
All
buy.
enhanced for Xbox One X in
So you can
gorgeous
buy that
4K
Somerset
and all of them playable today in Xbox Game Pass.
That one guy.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of the developers working with us to
Phil's
bring
got like
freedom
a
of
blue
choice
guy
to
in
gamers
position
around the
right now.
world with Xbox Game Pass.
I'm not sure Blood is clapping.
Thanks,
for that.
everyone.
No. I'm not sure. He's clapping.
For as big a thing as Game Pass is, they did
That
it
was Dawn?
quickly.
Yeah.
You know? Game Pass is like
Dawn's
a big deal.
Whoop Dawn has showed up.
Outer Wilds.
Outer
yeah.
Wilds.
It's great.
That game
It's
is
fun.
cool,
It's
man.
very fun.
I played that years ago. After party.
Ooh.
From the Oxyfree people.
Oh. No love for that.
I like golf.
There it is, Ian.
Yeah, baby. Let me go too. Olivia.
Below.
Oh, yeah, remember
Whatever
that?
that happens.
Below Shadow
Remember
Drop.
Below? See, this is getting up to that 50 games thing.
Yeah.
Waking.
Whoa. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
There you
Sable.
go.
Done.
Done.
Remember Kyle was like, is it actually going to be an E3?
Harold
Whoa.
Nice.
Claymation style. That was crazy.
Style of that a lot.
Llama Crew. These are drop shadows is something under these titles.
Dance Wars type.
Still looking good, Warder. Keep trucking
I
on.
thought that said Generation Zoo.
Oh,
Dead Cells.
I thought that said Dead Ellis for a second. I was like, oh
I'm
no.
so ready for Dead Cells.
Right.
Yeah,
There's that.
Alright, give me one more huge scoop.
They got shadow
Oh,
drop something.
we got time.
I'm dying over here.
Where and
No, it's
I
too
thought I
rare.
knew why I
too
came here.
Alright, how many times does their feet leave the ground here, Don?
I saw it. The end.
Yeah, Don.
Not in this conference.
Oh, which conference? Oh, I thought it was at all.
No, it's
I
gotta
know
be
the truth
square.
feels
There's one.
further away than ever. I still have so many questions.
the duality. What path will you take?
That's 2 and 3. I'm just trying to get a read for the Ubisoft.
We can't let Trinity get hold of this.
Trinity, still around.
What?
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah, it's like a
Cleansing has begun. It falls to me now to stop it before it consumes us all.
What have I done?
Oh god, you said Ubisoft and I fell for it.
Another one of those translation errors with the dub.
Yeah. Would this count as done? With Peter off the ground, she's underwater.
Yeah, that would count.
Oh, 6. Oh,
would count.
that's 5. 6.
Yep.
7.
Rack 'em up.
8.
Yeah.
9.
Oh, does that count as 2? Is there
11. 12. You done?
Now left to vote.
Yeah, if only it was the other press coverage.
I know that it's
they're
hard to
focusing on the
believe.
duality thing.
Yeah, they're really pushing that.
Non-violent run.
If the Jaguar talked like Jungle Book, I would be so in.
But then there's a shot of Log just like, I'm going
That would be
insane.
amazing.
Oh, that would count.
You need to trust me.
We have to trust each other.
The character model looks like different. Oh, it's like, I might have guessed too low.
Look at those tunes.
He wants to alter
Her
the
feet are
course
almost
of
never on the
humanity.
That's
If you
remarkable.
had that power, what would you do?
Dude, you can get like supernatural powers now?
Descent.
Yeah, very descent shot right there.
But it's not in that conference. It doesn't matter.
Oh well.
Cool.
Exclusive.
Console launch.
Stuff happened.
Exclusive.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, Death Train Vendetta?
Skateboard!
The long con!
The longest con!
The longest con!
Did I say no or yes?
We did it! We did it!
It worked.
Yes! Come on.
Come on, skate!
I think it won't have a strong showing.
Shadow with the camera guy is a nice touch.
Yeah.
Oh!
Sunset Overdrive.
Frontside
Oh, I see. Track.
Session.
Oh,
It didn't have a good show!
God, denied.
Capitalizing on
Session. Period.
Yeah.
Is that a fidget spinner?
Session.
Oh, it's
why
I wrote down skate 4 question mark, crossed it out, wrote session.
Boy, they knew too.
You put a period.
They know we're gonna
I
got
did
him.
put a
We're
period.
gonna get him in the palm of our hands.
I
I would have put that
picked
different knowing all this.
Sorry.
I was born 3 times,
Highs and lows.
and I've met death 3 times. My first home was Altanova. The curiosity I gained there cost me my first life. I awoke again in Tarif, village of the
Shadows
sorcerers.
die threats.
Good old Tarif.
I once thought that this would be my true home.
I think this is Fable.
Everything changed when I started to ask the forbidden questions.
Yo, I'm into this.
Yeah.
I'm too.
What exactly is the true nature of the
Who?
Blackstone?
It's Peter Mullen.
What lies beneath the vast desert? Who was it that was calling me from the depths beyond the desert? The world never paid heed to such questions. They just fought on, blinded, and
Dragon Age.
Yeah,
vibes,
that's
though.
a Dragon Age.
the power.
Seems
It was time
serious
that
for
I,
Fable.
at long last, reveal the hidden secrets once and for all.
Is this like Dragon's Dogma 2 or something?
Dude, I
Crazy.
don't.
Put that in my
I would
brain,
lose
bro!
my
Look at that
marbles.
combo!
Lots of character classes.
Come to me.
Definite
If
co-op
you dare
vibes.
to learn your true wretched self.
True
Behold,
wretched self.
I am Elezra, the darkness born from the desert.
Black Desert!
I thought it was Black Desert. I'm not even kidding. That entered
just
my
like-
brain.
You're like
Black
double-
Desert Online. I was
two
like, those
double-
hits.
Oh,
damn.
Felt like Black
Yeah,
Desert
so
Online.
funny.
Skate denied.
So is that that's out though, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, it was like an
like a new
expansion.
expansion or something?
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time.
Halo?
You never had this much trouble.
Oh,
You
it
gonna
could be.
make it through this? Wait.
Yes!
Let us pray for mercy. This is a trial from the heavens
Virgil.
above.
Devil May Cry.
Nero!
Nero!
Need assistance?
Hey, you have to hit every single bump in the road? Gonna ruin my crew.
Come on, baby, bet don't show me.
Oh, Dante will show up, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, they're saving him.
And he goes, Daddy!
You taking nuts?
Whoa.
Okay.
Switch trick arm.
Yeah.
Trick arms are big this year.
You're a new Devil Bringer.
He's real
Give me that
pro at
buster.
smacking demons around. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm. To kick demon ass.
Wow, lots going on, lots going on.
Your witch time.
Ooh.
What?
I like how far back that
Chit-chat or
camera
monologue?
moves.
Just getting right to the point, huh?
Double
trigger, yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Cash first.
Period.
I've got a score to settle with that son of a bitch.
There he is.
There he is. Nope. Wait, hold on.
Cry 5.
Hold on. Where's Dante?
Here we
There
go.
he is.
Nope. Yep.
Show the
He's got longer
screen!
hair.
Come on! Yeah, that was Dante.
Was he wearing a red jacket?
Black jacket.
It looked black.
If we could only see the
Damn you,
screen.
Boston!
Producer Matt Walker. And
That was
director
it.
Yes!
Can't do it.
Let's go. Show off the game. Yes. Okay. Did we see Tunic in the trailer? What did you just talk about?
It was like so dark, I couldn't tell.
I wait 4 years for this. Thank you so much. DMC is back.
Yes.
Man of the people.
English is hard. Matt, you do it.
Love this guy.
It's been 10 years since Devil May Cry 4 was released, and fans have been asking for a true sequel ever
Skipping
since.
DMC entirely.
So this is our response,
harsh.
loud
Really?
and clear,
Really
that
slight.
we hear you. Devil May Cry and Hideaki Itsuno are back.
Sky. Yeah.
Ultimate translator.
Early on in the development of Devil May Cry 5, we set our sights on creating something that was going to have world-class visuals. So we've scanned fully costumed models for all of our main characters, and with the power of Xbox One X, we're able to render them as realistically as possible. Now, while visuals are really important, the controls need to remain tight and responsive as well. So we've gathered the best minds to make sure that we can still deliver that amazing gameplay that Devil May Cry is known for. And we think that we made something that feels better than any action game we've ever created.
Hold on. すべてのファンの皆様のために一番の自信作ができました。期待してもらって大丈夫です。よろしくお願いします。
Itsuno-san says that he is convinced that this is the best game that he's ever made because we made it for you, our fans. And we hope you look forward to seeing more.
Yes.
Have a great E3!
Yes.
Thank you. You're making it
that
great.
energy. Yes.
I need more.
Dude, whoa.
Oh,
Oh, yes. None of us talked about this, man.
Delicious
We
last
just talked about this in the podcast.
Yeah. Well, because it took so long for the main game, I didn't
Yeah.
expect the DLC so soon.
Oh.
Hey!
Legendary Chalice.
Oh,
the
Chalice! I like that it's like an actor playing.
So jolly.
Dude, so cool.
The Jolly!
Chef Saltmaker!
Yes!
Very
Yes!
cool, very cool. 2019.
So good.
Yes.
Nice and short. That was fun.
Yeah, that
I
was
like
fun.
it. I like it. Good vibes.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Whoa, that sounds familiar. Oh, this is.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is this?
I can't remember the name of it right now.
Oh.
I would like to play.
With the green tunic, what?
Felix and those guys are making.
It's a nod.
Shades.
I'll say. It's a nod.
Oh my god, what is the name of this game?
This is charming.
It's not out yet.
Super Lucky's tail?
Yeah.
No.
No, this is different.
Didn't they show this at the PC Gamer?
This has been shown last year, yeah. And I talked to him at PAX last year.
I'm way into this.
So weird.
Yeah, it looks really
I think it was what's called. It was.
I forget the name too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool dodge, cool block.
that says.
Hidden language.
Whoa. I have no quarrel.
Dark lane.
Please be a friend.
Oh, what's up, bro?
That's not a friend.
Could be. Tunic, that's right.
Tunic.
Tunic! Yeah, they totally showed that at PC Gamer.
Really cool. Shadow Drop, baby!
We are buying that studio too.
Tiny font
Number 6.
in a big world is a prime example of the reach of gaming today. A labor of love conceived and created by a single developer in Halifax, Nova Scotia is today commanding gaming's largest stage.
I thought that was it. I thought that was it.
Whether you're sharing the adventure of a tiny
Don't say today, Phil.
viewers on Mixer, or teaming up with Xbox Live friends to slay zombies, gaming is an incredible community.
Gears of War now.
We've always believed that building community is vital for gaming. There's real power in our shared experience. Sharing the same world, the same seasons, the same campaigns. And there's real meaning in sharing our love of gaming with fellow gamers. This community is the reason why we love premiering games here at E3. For the rest of our briefing, everything you show you will be world premiere games no one has seen before.
Oh my gosh.
It's not over yet?
Well, it's like, hey, you thought we were done?
Yeah, you thought we were done?
They're bringing in the lobster tails now.
Entirely new from our
We've had the
friends
porterhouse.
at Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco.
On my last trip to Japan, their creative team showed me a sneak peek at their next game. Now, you get to see the first look.
I get it! Oh my god, it's like
World premiere.
It's too much.
No!
Okay, we're fine, we're fine.
There are worlds that exist, separate from our own,
Come on.
where the impossible is reality.
One
One
Piece?
Piece, yep.
They
Whoa.
consist of both good and evil.
Is this gonna be a crossover? Dragon Ball!
What? There's a crossover! What? Frieza!
That's Frieza shit, dude!
What? Changed.
Oh my
What is this?
Now, to murder.
No!
All anime in one game.
Oh my gosh!
Look at these visuals, dude!
What the hell?
Show me Goku! Frieza!
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Is it just J-Stars?
Yeah, is it J-Stars?
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, take that, Frieza. Shotgun's coming at you.
A pretty exciting way to look at it, though.
Just super. Alright. Wait, is this in game now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I thought Naruto's fighting Frieza. Alright.
What a crazy environment for them to be fighting in New York City.
Yeah.
How far we've come.
Yo, if lightning appears.
Yo, a Kamehameha with the Rasengan?
Yeah,
Yo!
Yo, dude!
Jump Force!
The trailer!
Let's play
The
this!
trailer!
When does this... Oh,
Yes! Yes! Oh
my god! We don't need to show anything else during the scene 3.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I'm speechless.
There's nothing permanent except change.
That is insane.
Boy, we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, God.
The city is a corpse, and we are the worms. We burn
Eva 2?
fighting for every useful piece of land.
Oh, it's Fillion.
To preserve ourselves
Sounds like
from the
Nathan Fillion.
terrors of the night.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
The
It
horrors
is.
of the day.
Serious Nathan Fillion.
I know not who can hear my voice. I shall therefore speak a word unto here.
Bioshock, dude.
Anyone who dares to steal food
Yeah.
will be hanged.
So many games with this vibe right now.
Still right from Jump Force, man.
Every day we rise from dust to choose between bad and worse.
Oh,
right.
Dying Light.
Dying
Light,
Yeah.
dude, yes!
I'm with you. I'm with you here.
Yes!
I'm with you here.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2.
Or something, new title.
No, it's Dying Light 2. It's gotta be.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yep. Take to survive will create the world to come.
Your choices.
You know the drill. Get to the nearest safe house and wait until dawn. Good night. And good luck.
Yes! 2.
Yes! Date? Time frame? Pope?
Please welcome narrative designer Chris Avalo.
Dang.
Man,
Get
we're
into
just
it.
like not done yet.
Chris Avalon.
The rumor was that it was an hour and 40 minutes.
Are you working on Dying Light 2?
We got 20 more minutes.
That was the rumor. Who knows? Still not up.
Hi, I'm Chris Avalon, and I'm excited to be working with Techland to create the world of Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is everything you'd expect from a bold sequel to the first game. A fluid parkour system with improved natural movement, deep and tactical first-person melee combat, and of course, terrifying nights when the infected emerge from the depths of the city to feed on anyone they can find. At the same time, we invite you to a new vision of the post-apocalypse, a bleak and unforgiving reality that we call the modern Dark Ages. Today, however, we want to give you a look at one of the impressive new features of Dying Light 2.
Cool.
A technical and narrative advancement for the franchise. Dying Light 2 will be the first in its genre where your choices have genuine consequences in the game itself. From how it looks, how it plays, to the events that occur, everything in the game world can change based on your decisions. The following demo throws a bit more light on this.
Chris Avalon, you are a busy man. So many things.
Cool.
So many.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're seeing it. That's awesome. Because yeah, one of the things that bums me about like apocalypse games is that I can't like make stuff better.
Right.
You know.
You're right.
Like it's neat to see this destroyed world, but like I kind of want to clean it up too. So if that's an option, I think that's neat. Looks great.
Dying Light 2 features a functioning ecosystem that reacts on multiple levels to the things you do and the choices you make. In the example we are about to show you, our protagonist undertakes a mission for the Peacekeepers, one of the many factions active in the city. They want you to negotiate with 2 survivors who are controlling and hoarding a water supply.
You going to insult us with another final offer?
Let's say you choose to carry out the Peacekeepers'
Negotiations are over.
one way or another.
Good kill. Yeah. Great kill.
After this,
Kill
you'll
in the
start
shot.
seeing a significant change in the city as access to the water supply allowed the Peacekeepers to bring stability and develop the area. There's even running water for the people at street level, and that raises their morale and allows you to replenish your energy on the go. But there's a cost to this. The PKs have a rigid approach to law and order. So while the streets may be safer, it's only safer for those
Don't
who
mind me,
side
just
with
wheeling
them.
this blade.
Yeah.
So if you get on their bad side. Now let's return to that moment of choice. And instead of killing them, you choose to team up with this group to supply water on the black market. As you will see, this creates a very different set of consequences for the city. With water being a precious currency, it brings you access to new resources and trade. But this, in turn, attracts the worst type of people to the area. And this is just a single decision, one out of hundreds you will have to make. But it allows you to carve out your own world. Each player's game experience will be unique. And by the way, this is just what happens in the day. At night, well, things tend to get a lot.
The freakos come out.
This guy's seen some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris Avalon, changed man.
I am ready to devour that.
He lost someone, I can tell.
Yeah. I thought that was a very strong
Exclusive
presentation. Chris Avalon
world
did a great
premiere.
job
Wow.
selling it.
Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft,
A lot
everybody.
of time has passed.
What?
You've gotten soft,
Conquer?
complacent.
No.
You always knew this day would come.
Conquer?
You always knew the 3 of you would be needed again.
Battletoads?
Battletoads!
Yes!
No way! Yes!
Excellent.
Wow. Yep. Whoa.
They did it! I wanted it so bad!
Show me some gameplay.
Just show music.
A brand new game featuring body-morphing genre mashups, 3-player couch co-op, 4K hand-drawn 2.5D graphics,
2.5D,
and
wow.
broad, non-specific feature declarations. They're back.
2019.
All right.
Man,
Okay, little tease.
Interesting.
That's good.
Who's making it?
What
Is
if
it just
Microsoft
Microsoft? Is
Studios
it just
is
Microsoft? Okay.
This is
100 things?
overwhelming.
I was born to fight wars that no army could
Just
win.
cause for.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There was no fear, no failure.
Dang Steam ad.
Yeah.
The rules have changed.
I know. I want to see Jones's reaction.
Whoa.
Changed. And no one was ready for it.
Oh no. Monsters or something?
The Black Hand.
Oh, okay.
They are the world's most powerful private army. But even they should fear what they've created. This isn't a war, Rico. This is survival.
I'm still holding out for some Jackie Chan reviews. Some Jackie Chan, like a Jackie Chan DLC for Just Cause.
2.
It would fit.
No, this is violence, not action.
Want me getting shot at?
Well said.
Yes.
All the time.
It's the same character. They keep like recasting the voice actor every time.
Because
So,
I don't remember that in action.
oh yeah, he always did.
Oh.
Well,
I hope you can call that in.
I should play 3.
Tornado.
Yeah, if you can
Fire
okay.
Cool.
This year,
December slot.
Pumpkin.
It always got, like, literally
Jones is taking Christmas break early, it seems.
That'll work.
World premiere.
So serious though.
This is out of control.
Yeah, it seemed like a weirdly
Super
serious
dramatic,
trailer
like,
for
it's-
Just Cause.
Here we go! Yes!
Wow, they didn't even tease it.
Boom.
It was like
Chainsaw.
right out of the bat.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Hot figures.
The best Gears I've ever seen.
No! What a weird thing after
No
everything.
VO either, just grunts. Like,
After everything that's happened. Oh what?
Gears Pop!
All right.
On the App Store.
No, I'm choosing
you
to forget it.
open with Gears Pop.
Mobile
Gears
never
Pop is
happened.
the first thing you show.
If they dubbed the Gears game.
Please welcome.
Here we go.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
just a side thing.
Are we gonna talk about this mobile game for a while?
Please have a 4-minute online
That
on-stage
never happened.
demo of that pop game.
Sweeping that away, Brad.
You can't sweep Funko Pop under the rug that easily.
Didn't happen.
13 years ago,
Funko
when I
Pop
began
will
my
survive
Gears
it.
of War journey, we had no idea how big this franchise would become. And as it's grown, we've dreamed of taking it to new places in different ways to reach even more fans.
If it's the only
And that's
thing.
why today we're announcing Gears Pop, a collaboration with our friends at Funko to bring a unique mobile spin to the
gotta be
world of
something after
Gears.
That's a mobile
The
game.
mobile is not the only new
Mobile?
place to go.
No.
I hope this is the end of the show.
Gears of War PC experience in a complete
I hope
new
that
way.
number 50.
Tactics.
Gears Tactics.
Create a whole new squad 12 years before Gears of War 1 as they hunt the Locust monster
No,
maker
this is Gears
responsible
XCOM.
for
it is like
destroying
XCOM.
both
Yes,
cities.
it's exactly like
It's
XCOM.
our take on the classic turn-based strategy genre with a character-driven story, faster,
Wow,
more
Gears
aggressive
Pop
gameplay,
gets a trailer and this
a
doesn't?
customizable squad and equipment, and of course, it wouldn't be a Gears game without a massive boss battle.
Is this PC or mobile?
He said PC. He called it PC.
Okay. Sweet, sweet.
Gears.
We look
Gears
forward to
Tactics.
sharing more about tactics with you soon. But it's not just about going to new places. It's also about having new experiences. And the amazing team at the Coalition is working hard to bring you our most ambitious Gears of War title yet, Gears 5.
Oh! Shadow Drop Gears 5 trailer.
You know Shadow Drop the trailer.
What is it called, Gears 5?
No trailer.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's called Gears 5. I wonder if the war is gone.
As Kate, you'll journey across the biggest and most beautiful world we've ever created, with the war for humanity escalates on 2 fronts, outside the capital city and within Kate herself. In this moment from the game, Kate leads a rescue mission to a remote village, but something goes horribly wrong.
Can you play Doom with that?
Ah, okay.
There we go.
GPD. Cleanse my palate after that Funko Pop.
God.
Boy, that was...
You know, they really didn't spend that much time on Pop.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
But it's like, why?
I understand.
Just sweep it
If
away.
they didn't have this, it would be egregious.
Sure. But they do have this.
But they do, so it's fine. Whatever.
Kate.
No.
No. Kate, you can't see this. You don't want to see this.
I want to see it.
By the sun. Why is the sun?
Yeah, whoa.
Kate?
There he is.
I'm sorry. Thanks for coming here. Of course.
Can I recommend we maybe get these people out of here?
Hey, just slow down.
No, Foz is right. We need to move.
What are you talking? He's dead, man. Give her a minute.
She'll get her minute in the Raven.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Del, we need to leave.
I'm not going.
Excuse me?
For months now, I've been having these dreams. Nightmares. But I think they were messages.
What?
Something's happening to me.
It's your grandmother's.
Enough. We'll deal with this later. Foz, round these people up.
I need help.
There's a place up north. I think we can find you answers there.
No. Absolutely not. We have orders.
You'll go with me.
God damn it, both of you, listen.
I'll go with her. Look, if you're missing, Jen will notice.
Okay. I'll push Jack the coordinates.
No, Corporal. You're coming back to New Ephira. That is a direct order.
Well, Captain, screw your order. This isn't about you. It's about me. I need to fix this.
Hey, watch her. A necklace? That's a locust symbol.
Yeah, so?
She would never be our enemy by choice. I know that.
Because she would die for us.
I know that. But what if it's not her choice?
Where are we going?
Back to where it all
pretty cool.
began.
Who's in the shadows? Who's ready to play?
With Xbox Game
Are
Pass.
we the hunters or are we the prey?
Ooh.
Oh.
Big boy.
Real icy. Watch out, big boy.
Okay.
That was rad.
That was
Crazy
cool.
to hear. Oh, cool.
Nobody does encounters like Gears of War.
Hey. What are you...
Why did you come here with me? What did JD tell you?
This is a wild game of survival.
Wow. I really like that.
I liked it a lot too.
Wow.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing vibes.
Very promising.
In the entire history of Xbox, In the entire history of E3, in the entire history of our industry, gaming is now at its most vibrant. Today, we shared our commitment to giving you the freedom to discover and play all of the great new games coming to Xbox Game Pass. Today, we showcased more games than we ever have before. 50 games, 18 titles with exclusivity, and 15 world premieres.
So many notes. Sekiro, I believe is what. Yeah, Sekiro.
Today, we shared our most diverse gaming portfolio in every measure, from breadth in art style, genre, and cultures, range in subject and setting, scale and story, and scope and creative vision. And every one of these plays best on Xbox. The world of gaming is on an historic growth path, where the increasing number of gamers is met with the increasing creative power of game developers. In this significant moment, we are constantly challenging ourselves. Where can we take gaming next? Our answer? We commit and harness the full breadth of our resources at Microsoft to deliver on the future of play. Our experts in Microsoft Research are developing the future of gaming AI, so the worlds and characters we enjoy will be even more rich and more immersive. Our cloud engineers are building a game streaming network to unlock console quality gaming on any device. Not only that, we are dedicated to perfecting your experience everywhere you want to play, on your Xbox, your PC, or your phone.
Oh, okay.
And of course,
PlayStation.
Our hardware team, the same team that delivered unprecedented performance with Xbox One X, is deep into architecting the next Xbox consoles.
Oh.
Whoa.
Where we will once again deliver on our commitment to set the benchmark for console gaming.
A mention of a new
And let's talk about our games themselves.
He went there.
We are committed to building an industry-leading first-party studios organization. And as you saw earlier, we are making one of our greatest single-year investments in teams by adding 5 new creative studios. We have committed our team, our company, our technical resources, so we can declare to you today and next year and all of the years after that, you will always experience the best in gaming on Xbox. So choose the games you want to play. There are worlds to be saved, heroes to be made, and legends to become. Together. Thanks, and have a great Eid.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Half-Life 3.
It's Cyberpunk.
Microsoft, dude.
Music.
What are you doing?
Yep.
I can't handle this. New trailer.
Final
new final one. V3.
That was cute.
Responsibility.
This music, though.
Dude, hacking the conference right at the end is so cool. So cool.
I can't believe how packed this conference
This is insanity.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than
neon jackets. Oh, I love it. Look at that collar.
Oh.
Holy shit.
This is so dope.
Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion. But it's there, just around the corner. And it keeps you going.
Oh. Cowboy hat all day.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! It's a city of dreams. And I'm a big dreamer.
Is this colorface samurai on the back? Oh my god, this game. I hope you can play as any kind of person. Should we keep hacking into that guy and find him?
Whoa.
Dude! Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's so convincing.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Driving, wow. Wow.
Wow. Oh, John,
That was
please.
good. Wow.
When does it come out?
Love the guy on the plane freaking out.
Yeah, like frying all over.
What a fun detail.
God almighty.
That's it.
Oh!
Good way to end.
That was so good!
Stacked.
Oh, man. No shadow drop, though.
Yeah.
Oh! Look at that game.
Session.
Fill the void.
It's too bad they just didn't put out that Captain Spirit right now. Get out of here. Get out of here, Pop.
Yeah.
Remember when, like, the new From Software was, like, the second thing?
Yeah. We've been on a ride, man.
This has been insane.
Come to me.
What even? Oh my.
Driving the point home, really.
Wow.
We have a lot to talk about.
Wow.
Wow.
Like,
We have a lot to
pass
talk
out for a
about.
minute.
Before we talk, let's see what Damiani gave us.
Damiani, can you mute
Yeah.
too, please?
I just muted it all.
Sweet.
Why'd you
Here's the
mute it all?
Damiani note, and it was correct. Cyberpunk 2077 will end the Xbox conference.
Oh.
Wow.
Good prediction, Damiani.
Damiani.
I don't know if
I
you muted
have
two.
one,
Did you mute two, Damiani?
2,
Yes.
3,
Hang on.
4 full pages of notes
Okay.
of games to talk about.
Ah!
Let's start at the top. We opened with Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
powered by the Slip Space engine.
Focusing way more on gameplay than story. I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like really focusing on that wide shot.
Right.
And so, yeah, that would be crazy. It's crazy to think because it's like in open world games, you like get on top of something really tall, and then you're like, oh, look over there. I've been there before. I could just hop off here, get in my vehicle, go over to that area, and I'm set. And it's interesting to be like, oh, yeah, I've been up there before.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the planet from 1, right?
Seemed
they're
like
on?
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, there was that one shot before they showed the ring that looked straight up like the
Yeah.
first area.
Right.
So it's open world, pretty much? Would
Yeah.
you assume?
I don't know if I don't know if I'd go as far as open world, but like Halo is known for and most fondly remembered for some of its biggest levels. Like you can't help but think
That Warthog was going on a journey.
Yeah, that Warthog was going
I'm just
places.
going on a limb, think it's open world.
I mean, we've got a new engine,
Yeah.
so
And
maybe
what-
that's
possible.
why they're doing it.
What else would
so-
infinite mean unless
Right.
maybe you go
Infinite
all over?
space.
Yeah.
But I think a good way to open the show.
Yeah.
What's interesting is because they showed so much, my opinion on what they showed of Halo Infinite was just right. Like if this was a press conference where I felt like we were lacking for games or announcements
Right.
or meaningful trailers, I would be a little bit bummed out that they didn't show more Halo. But opening the show the way that it did, showing as much as they did, I think it was perfect and it set the tone really, really well.
Yeah. I like just kind of leading it too. I like that we didn't get somebody from 343 coming out and like the future of Halo.
Right.
It's
Right.
really exciting
Right.
to us at 343.
No time for that
It
foolishness.
spoke for itself.
Yeah.
And what also spoke for itself, and I really think it's so cool that this was the second thing that they showed, was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
Those environments,
that's great.
Gorgeous, just incredible. That game is coming out.
They're going to come too fast, Damiani.
Damiani a run for his money
2019,
right
yeah.
now.
Get the trailer ready, you know.
We've just got so much to talk about. I feel like we have to go fast. Like,
Yeah.
From Software is after this.
But
I
let him get the trailer first.
Yeah. I do want to give
Let him
Ori
get
and the
the
Will of the
trailer.
Wisps the time that it deserves, because, man, that game looked good.
Yeah.
It looked so
really
good.
great.
Yeah. You mentioned kind of a darkness that it had. I agree with that completely. The mech at the end?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this game? Where are we going? Giant creatures onto, like, very surprising things?
Tell me where it looked like on, like, weapons? I don't know how crazy. I didn't play the first story, so I don't know how crazy the
It was not
attacks
about
are.
weapons, yeah.
It seemed mostly
at
about
all.
spells. You know, you kind of had this, like, pixie dust floating around you, and that's what would kind of be dashing forward.
Yeah, you sort of had this,
do damage.
Look at the
this magical
smiles
shot that you did, but it was also about
on these faces.
dashing a lot and movement.
Good
And
faces.
I think that's what's really fascinating about Ori is how I can do warmth and sadness at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, how I can get little fuzzy vibes, but also I'm terrified. Like,
Right.
they're building a snowman in the background. Come on.
And just how they're emphasizing 3D in a way that they didn't with The Blind Forest, I think is really, really cool. Both with your central characters and then a lot of the enemies that you're encountering, the way that they rotate, I think is super cool. Like, look at that.
That's awesome.
Prepare the shadows die.
Did you
twice
have any
for-
specific buddies
That's new.
that followed you around in Ori?
That first guy that you see, he's a big part of the story, but you're not really with him a lot.
Not like a gameplay thing.
No, in Ori you're pretty much by yourself for the vast
It's
majority.
like Kirby
of it.
2 vibes.
Yeah,
there.
so this being with people for a longer period of time and having them more integrated in the mechanics would be a very new thing. But yeah, Jones, you mentioned weapons and you had like a sword there. That would be completely new.
And I like that almost immediately we're seeing what appear to be very complex, difficult sections of the game.
Yeah.
You know, like
Ori is not an easy game.
Platforming, platforming sequences that involve lots of different principles that obviously you're going to learn, you know, one by one, but like, you know, being confident in their world and confident in the pedigree of the first game to really jump right into some of the most complex parts. I think it's cool. And it's beautiful. And again, the music's really great.
Yeah.
Sekiro.
I just want to soak
What
it
is
in.
it?
Are we
We're
ready
getting to it,
Are
yeah.
we ready to move on? Is there anything else we want to say about Ori? Other than
Looks great.
It
It's
looks as
beautiful.
good as we
Looks
thought
great.
it was going to.
Huber got
Yeah, it
my
was
hopes up for
satisfying.
I
a
know, I'm
shadow
sorry,
drop.
I'm
It's
sorry.
easy. He
With
infects
the
everyone.
power of
sorry.
Huber's wishes.
So
Throw it
the
up.
next thing that we saw was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Good lord.
Play it.
Yeah, they
Let me see
showed
these parries.
they showed so much in this trailer. My very first thought was Neo. I thought it was
Yeah.
I thought that's where we were going, but it was not that. It was Sekiro. And
New thing.
New IP,
things.
yeah. New IP.
Yeah.
So
Great.
like,
And I feel
dare
like
we dream that Sony has another From Software game?
it's E3, you can
the
do
rumor
whatever you
was
Yeah.
that they're making 3 games.
Yeah.
So
Never dare.
Which
But I
would be
feel
which
like-
would be Sekiro, Chaos Wolf, and Bloodborne 2.
I feel like this really justified being a new thing. The way that you're whipping across the environment.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
whole
it seemed like a very
incorporating the second death.
it
Yeah.
seemed like a very one specific character too this
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really
yes.
emphasizing that.
Absolutely. You
Love
are this
this like
person. you're
switch
going on
axe
a journey.
style
Yeah.
I mean,
thing.
yeah, is Sekiro.
Oh
a name?
yeah.
Yeah, trick
Yeah,
arm.
the trick weapon.
Switch
Trick
axe.
arm, dude. Can we
Is there audio here?
Yeah.
You want audio?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
if
Give me audio
possible.
now, man.
Can we watch this?
Give me all those lore dumps.
9
It's in
times?
Japanese, so.
Japanese is fine.
As it's meant to be.
Human's different.
I think it was.
Instantly, I gotta be honest, my first take was that at least the character models aren't as
Look a
sharp
little old.
as
Looks like death
as
is not your
Neo.
fate.
But clearly this gameplay is all over the place. Like there's all sorts of that one sequence with the grappling hook and the horse.
From Software's character models are not exactly what they spend their time on.
Yeah,
They
We don't
spend it on the
need-
monsters and the gameplay and the areas.
but the grappling hook up to the top of the building,
Make use of
you got me.
crime.
some Tenchu vibes
Like
for sure.
that door shot is
straight up. Yeah.
Boy, that arm is everything. Like, what are you going to be able to do with that arm? How many things can it turn into?
Learn to appreciate its worth.
Yeah, I mean that to me is like you can upgrade this arm.
Yes, dude.
But did he like summon that weapon too?
Yeah,
And how he like
flips it out.
leans into the kill. Oh, the parries.
Those parries.
I can't handle how good the parries
So,
look.
wait a minute.
The word shows up.
Yeah.
Or what is that?
Well, that's the same. I
the
believe
same
it's the same
characters when you
symbol.
die, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if you have to earn,
Yeah, you earn
your
it.
second
You
life
earn
by
it.
getting successful parries?
Or
Oh,
something.
that would be so hype.
that, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't expect them to just make it easy.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, if you have to perform well in combat to earn that life, I would be way into that.
Easily.
Maybe it's
Well,
not
it's just
the
same
same
color. It's
yeah.
the same kind of like effect. Climbing up on it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Next stab. The flip.
I'm so pleased.
Yeah.
So pleased right now.
And we didn't see the HUD.
This guy.
Straight out of
Yes,
Ninja Gaiden.
yes.
Hate that boss fight.
Watch
It's
this-
so hard.
Yeah,
This part,
that's Ninja Gaiden
he
fight.
like grapples
Yeah, that
to the
shot-
enemy
that
is
shot is
insanity.
great.
That whip.
Oh, explosives, dude.
Yeah, magic. Minpo.
Sekiro.
Mother
Yeah, this is a
Mother
Dude, that's
God of War
sweet.
vibes.
Temple of Doom right there.
Play it again.
Yeah, just keep that on
Play
the.
it,
Let's go loop it back.
Play it again.
Cool, cool.
That concept art that we saw leaked before
Yeah.
the
What was
guy
it?
and the thing, it does seem kind of like that.
That was it, yeah.
Different directors. The directors listed on that concept art, Miyazaki wasn't on it.
He might not be directing this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, didn't he
So,
say he
spread
wasn't
your
going to direct
wings.
anymore
Yeah.
or something?
No.
What I'm
about
really
that.
excited about with that big teaser at the end with the giant snake boss
Yeah.
is because we have the grappling hook. I think boss fights are going to be much
Bigger.
more mobile than they were in the
Yeah,
past. Like you
yeah.
think about Souls-like boss fights, you're always planning on the ground, you're always on the same level.
Yeah.
Like having a threat that you have to
Oh,
climb up
yeah.
to
Little
is going to be
Spider-Man there.
so cool.
Soulser man.
Oh, yeah.
He's got
Pay
a red
attention.
jacket.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a
Oh,
lot.
100%.
Stylistically,
Dude,
there's just so
on
much
the
about
roof right
this I'm
there.
just feeding on.
I'm like actually pretty thrilled that Shadows Die Twice was a new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I am too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Arm, dude.
Yeah, like that there's a stealth emphasis.
And if we get
Thank you.
Bloodborne 2 along with
Oh
it,
my
you know,
God.
Whatever I get, man.
whatever we get. This
It's
is
all
enough.
good.
This is enough.
I mean, I think at least we'll see more of this at Sony, maybe. But
Maybe.
jumping up on
watching you.
Every
Yeah.
time. Every time. I'll watch it a million times.
How do you feel about the publisher?
Who was the publisher?
Activision.
Oh, weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
I don't think they'll have anything to do with
there was another there was another symbol that appeared above him when he got grabbed. So I wonder if that also plays into defense, where it's like, oh shit, I know I'm gonna get attacked. Let me switch to this
I wonder if
state
there are
so
things
I
that
take
are-
less damage.
It could be changing stances.
Yeah,
You
that's what I think it is.
Activate the stances, yeah. Definitely the same like color of.
So yeah, some
I
kind
don't
of
think
maybe when you
Activision
come
publishing
back
is a problem.
from the first death, you're in a new state. You know, kind of like how.
Yeah, you might just get 2 tries or something, or more
But, yeah,
damage
but, like,
or
was it-
something.
I'm trying to think back. I don't know the details, but like until you got your soul back, you were in a different state. Like in Dark Souls 3, you were fire.
Form,
and,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, it could be like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that it could be. Like, I wonder if you have to earn it, and I wonder if you're on that second life, if you have, like, half health or something like
ups
that.
damage, lowers health.
Sure.
Something, yeah, more
Yeah.
risk reward.
Yeah, a lot that we don't know.
But yes.
Yes. Just the animation when he switches to the axe and just how far he goes to swing that thing, like swooping in.
Swings the axe and then comes in close with the sword kill.
It is delicious.
The smoothness of the platforming, I think, really is what I'm amazed the most about that. Not only, you know, having the grappling hook in there, but how smooth it looked when he was moving around. Like, I love the secrets that are in all the Souls games, but like to access them, there's a lot of just like wobble down this ledge
Right.
and then fall off.
But
and then,
I think
back
there's
up.
going to be some sort of cover system based on what we saw with him
Stealth.
pressed against the wall.
Yeah.
But if you can grapple to locations, can you imagine how you got to like
Right.
get like almost underneath some things to find those little hidden layers and you know.
I wonder if there's going to be in true like From Software fashion, like there's just a giant dude and you have to grapple up to him and it's a very narrow ledge and it's like, well,
The nape of the neck.
there we go.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that makes me, I mean, I'm not really nervous, but when he's up on the guy stabbing down, like I really hope that you can, that's gameplay and not like
I imagine
some
it'll be-
backstab animation or
Well-
something. Like, I want to climb this guy.
I would be okay if it was like a finisher.
That's
right?
what I think. That's what I think it would
Sure.
be.
Yeah.
Just like more.
It'd be weird though. They don't take the control away from the
Did he break his shield there with that axe?
So rad.
I gotta go back. I wasn't paying attention to that guy's.
Because that's what I
Fun
could
to fight,
see.
dude.
That's what I could
Yeah.
see the arm being used for, is to like kind of, depending on the enemy that you're fighting, you switch different forms with your hands to get around defenses or.
Owens. He like throws you.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Speaking of fans, Don, what happened over there?
They wanted to, I think it was interfering with the sound.
Oh,
They're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, just maybe turn it low, maybe not off though.
Turn that boost off.
Never off.
Never off.
109. In
There you
here.
go. Yeah, turn it there. There you go.
What if there's no online component?
It doesn't need one.
It doesn't need
Doesn't
one.
need one.
Doesn't need
I
one.
agree.
Forge your own path. Shadows
Yeah.
die twice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly building on the foundation.
Right. Of
But
course.
yes, do something a little different.
With a twist.
Yeah.
Twist. Twist.
Dying twice.
Boy, this boss fight,
this
man.
is like Ninja Gaiden, like
Yeah,
flashbacks.
he switched the form again there
I
too.
already
The fact
got
that you can
anxiety.
grapple onto his weapon.
Directed by
Directed by
Miyazaki.
Oh, really?
Miyazaki
Okay,
himself.
there you go.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Rest in
All right.
peace, Bloodborne 2.
No, that's not true.
I'm
We can do more one game at a time.
Really happy
yeah.
that we'll be able to knock out 2 years of Game of the Year in 1 year.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Tweet.
I mean, it's up to some shenanigans. over
I'm
there.
trying to show Chad the tweet. I haven't seen it yet.
Directed by Miyazaki himself.
That's unreal.
And then is restless.
Yeah.
Ready to
He
tackle
kinda
new
is,
things.
dude. It's
Yeah.
kinda scary.
Ready to tackle
Yeah.
new things.
Don't rest on your laurels.
I feel like we could spend the rest of this
Yeah,
hour talking about
we
Sekiro.
We probably should.
We're going to talk about it more, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Let's talk about how they presented Fallout 76. What did you think?
Got me on board. Like Ian said, though, it's a little unclear what
Yeah.
kind of the game
Yeah,
is.
I think we're going to see a lot of it
Yeah,
tonight.
tomorrow. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tonight.
I
Yeah,
also,
Bethesda.
in a way, I feel like the way that they presented it, there's going to be more story than I was expecting.
Yeah.
and like showing the old power armor, you know,
Yeah.
that Fallout 1 like
Yeah.
box cover.
It
and,
is. It's very reminiscent of the Fallout 1 opening.
Yeah. And just the origins is a cool place to play around in the
Was that
Fallout
a-
universe, you
Was
know.
that a remake of the black and white part in the beginning? Was that a remake of a cutscene from Fallout 1?
I don't know.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
I have to
don't know.
see them.
Yeah, I'd have to remember.
But I don't think so.
'Cause it did
but-
look very familiar. But
Yeah. Definitely the style
The
of it
world
is.
in Fallout looked much more appealing to me. Trees, as
Yeah.
Ian
Yeah.
said. I
Because
was
it
like,
hasn't
yes!
been it hasn't been
Some
decayed as
life.
much.
Which
Let's go.
I attribute that to being in the Appalachian Mountains or wherever, West Virginia. But
Yeah.
I was very worried since it's earlier and like right after all the Cataclysm stuff, like that it would be very dead. I'm happy
nuclear
to see.
fallout.
Yeah, I was expecting just like a brown desert, like browner than ever before. I'm happy to see that that's not the case.
So in the teaser trailer, which Damiani is trying his best to pull up right now, something that I'm curious about is Fallout 76 is before the Super Mutants, but there was definitely a huge, giant-shouldered mutant-esque
First
thing.
mutant.
Yeah,
Patient
so
Zero.
I wonder
Patient Zero.
how that ties in, what that thing is.
Oh.
I think it being a prequel and kind of informing like the rest of the Fallout world is very exciting and like a cool time for it to be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hard on the Fallout franchise because of just the brownness and like the depressingness. Everything is just like gray and
I will say
you know,
something that is kind of bumming me out. Yeah, when you first see humans there in that TV, I don't love the way humans look in Fallout 4, and they
Yeah.
kind of have the exact same
Just-
look right there.
Yeah.
Which
No,
I'm
it's
a
like
little
the
bit worried
Bethesda,
about.
like-
Yeah, Bethesda
Just like their games.
never been amazing at faces. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at least like
But then
Good at
Elder
power armor,
Scrolls.
though.
Great at power armor.
Good at power
but then
armor.
Fallout 4, like a lot of colors and like the
Yeah.
trees
Yeah.
and more
Adding a bit
color.
more,
I think
yeah.
West
And
Virginia
this
is
was
really
like,
cool.
yeah, that's a
I think
great
they did a
setting.
good job of selling it.
Me
I
too.
loved the college
song.
statue of the Vault Boy. Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Ben, I'm like kind of in.
Yeah.
I'm kinda, that's like a lot for me to say. I'm kind of in for that.
I'm testing out the water right now.
Yeah.
Seeing it from willing
Feels-
to
it
invest.
feels pretty
yeah.
nice.
I'm just nervous that when we do see what it is,
True.
It's just rust.
From
and
just
Fallout or
impressions we
whatever.
have right now, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Because like
I have more hope now that it is not just that.
right, I hope so too. Yeah,
I
this
do think
seems like a cutscene that
this teaser is extremely benefited by the fact that Bethesda is tonight.
Yes.
And I actually think this is a really smart pairing.
Very.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer's got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
That
4
was awkward
times
as
the
hell.
size of what?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
4 times the size.
Yeah. How many Nuketowns has that been?
Infinite Nuketowns.
Infinite Nuketowns.
Infinite Nuketowns. Yeah, excited to see more tonight. I agree with what Brad was saying. I think I'm more interested now than I ever have been. Good tease.
Yeah.
Good tease. All right, Huber, I'm really excited. You might have even forgotten that this was in.
No, I did not.
All right, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
So
coming
hyped.
out June 26th, and you can download it for free.
Dude,
let us not
so
forget.
excited.
It was giving me like Toy Story vibes
Yeah.
a lot. For him using his imagination with the toys and stuff like that. Looked really cool.
So excited for this. What a great way to tell a different story in the Life is Strange universe without having to commit to multiple episodes.
Right.
This was a great showing. Has me so hyped. One of my highlights of this entire press conference. I cannot wait to dive in.
When you go out of your way to say, in the same world as Life is Strange, do you think there will be a meaningful connection there for people that have played that game?
Honestly, I don't know.
Marvel style.
It kind of has that fantastical, his imagination vibe to it, which kind of sets it apart.
But the great thing is, if it does, awesome, cool.
And if it's totally self-contained.
This premise is interesting and creative enough on its own that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm way in.
It's as simple as just being a kid and dreaming. And I love that.
And downloading it so soon, downloading it later this month, getting the first episode for free.
It's great.
Yeah.
I think that's a really smart move.
And just like his mom has passed away, single child, single father, just like really heavy.
Right.
So intense.
Did they confirm it's multiple episodes?
I don't think so.
What they said is get the first episode for free.
Okay. So it is multiple.
I believe it was that language. We can double check in this trailer. But I believe they said get the first episode for free. I'm not 100% about that.
Okay.
That's nice though.
Man, that shot right there.
Yeah.
The red planet.
Fighting monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's his imagination, you can do some pretty crazy things.
I love this. She puts the M80 in it.
I mean,
does like a spell.
Yeah.
It's great.
You just have to be like the coldest heart person in the world to not relate to this on some deep level, right?
It's so relatable.
The thing that I'm surprised, not necessarily what I would call a criticism, but we don't really get a choices vibe from this trailer. I'm not necessarily sure what this is obviously a journey I'm gonna go on with this child, but I don't know what decisions this person's gonna have to make. And it is a little
100% free.
While it is fun to be in their imagination, those multifaceted character relationships,
of course,
from the previous games, not only knowing somebody and having a connection with them, but then having that person know someone else that you then have to create a connection with, and am I going to trust this new person based on how my friend feels about them, or am I going to, create my own opinions and forge my own path? And so, while I'm pretty sure,
I don't think you need all of that for this.
Yeah, I think just a heavy duty father-son relationship is more than enough. You just put all that effort into the one connection. You could also have
neighbors,
toy friends,
toy friends too.
The toy friends come to life, and the other.
I do think you kind of have the benefit, though. I don't think you need to be that explicit when you go out of your way to say this is Don't Nod, this is Life is Strange. I think it's smarter to focus on what is unique about it, and I think that's exactly what they did. They did not say first episode at the end of that trailer. They said 100% for free on June 26th.
So it might just be 2 or 3 hour little cool little thing. Nice little slice.
What if, and this is just complete speculation, obviously, what if when they say 100% for free that there's something they're not telling us? That you get the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit, and at the end, it leads into Life is Strange 2. And so it is one giant, glorious ad for Life is Strange 2.
I expect to see more tomorrow. Square Enix.
Yeah, that's Square Enix, We'll probably get... Yeah.
Hopefully Life is Strange 2 reveals itself.
Better answers there.
But the fact that this is coming out so soon, too, it's just, yes.
We're halfway down page 1.
Okay, got ways to go.
Yeah, I don't think we actually need to
games.
spend that much time, especially with the announcement of the delay coming in February next year, and that is Crackdown 3.
Well, that's a good time for me to take a break.
Yeah. I think it's easy to be flippant, but I thought it looked fun. You know, like sure, I don't think it is going to be the highlight for me of this Microsoft press conference, but I thought it looked okay. I thought it looked like Crackdown. I thought it's cool that you get to drive on the sides of buildings. The vehicles transform into tanks. Pretty cool.
Criticism?
Yeah.
Weak explosions.
Sure.
Wasn't feeling them.
Yeah.
Didn't have that like vibe to it.
I agree with you. Nice destructive tech. I don't remember.
Yeah,
you know they're hyping that up.
Things
remember?
just kind of like would fall apart in kind of a weird way. What do you think, Don?
No, that's the one thing that stood out to me that I was wondering about the whole thing. They made such a big deal about all the explosions, but there was like zero of the break apart tech. There's no real destructive environments. And I was like, did I miss something? Did they announce that they're not following through with that anymore? Because I thought maybe that was one of the reasons it got delayed originally, was because they were having trouble with that system. Because originally it was like every single structure was supposed to incorporate that, but it definitely wasn't visible in the trailer.
Maybe they just couldn't get that to work, and that's why the game has been taking so long, so they axed it.
Yeah, I don't know. The
fact that there's a date now, big deal.
Right. That's
not like
something.
big deal. No, that is a big deal.
The actual.
It is a big deal.
Again, this press conference, I think the way that it was presented really changed my mind on a lot of things. I was worried that it would feel like Microsoft would be saying, hey, this is our big thing. This is what you have to look forward to. I thought it'd be like a tentpole for Microsoft. But the way that they presented it and the way that I'm kind of feeling okay with it is, hey, yep, Crackdown is coming. Here's what it looks like. Awesome. Here's a bunch of other announcements to get excited about. And so I think from that perspective, I'm way more okay with what they showed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys agree.
No, I'm with you, man. If there wasn't as much there, it would hurt more.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's okay, because there's so many other great things.
So a few people in chat have clarified that it might be only featured in multiplayer now.
Sure.
So perhaps that's why.
The destruction.
Right.
I see.
Is Terry Crews still working for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Terry Crews is a very nice guy, it seems.
Man.
From everything I've seen.
Hyped to play as Terry Crews.
Anytime you just get to ragdoll a bunch of enemies all over the place, I always think that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tron car.
I mean, open world chaos, you know?
Right.
Saints
This
Row
is
a
cool.
little bit.
Yeah. I was thinking Saints Row a lot.
Yeah, huge Saints Row vibes. The purple.
Even the tank looks like it's from Saints Row.
Lighting,
Fill the void, baby.
It's not the same people, though, right?
I don't think so.
No.
That was what, Deep Silver?
That was like at least their publisher.
Man, I would.
The explosions look a little better.
Yeah,
this
I was gonna
time.
say. I was with you
better.
when you said that criticism, but now that I'm watching it again,
like that part right there was kind of
You expect
budget.
that giant drum to explode.
I mean, the way that they're editing it too, I would like to see just
The
a
physics.
long stretch of blowing up a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it looked okay.
Cool.
All right. We're going to move on. Damian, you don't need to pull this up. We're just going to move right past it. They they showed Nier Automata becomes God's Edition. Cool. Next thing, Metro Exodus.
Metro Exodus, don't sleep on it.
Yeah, don't sleep on it.
Catch up now. Easily catch-upable.
Well,
like 10-hour games.
I don't think it was the best trailer of the show by any means. I thought it was a pretty strong trailer. I thought it showed off a lot of good stuff that is great about Metro. They really showcased the environments in a cool way. They really showcased the monsters in a really cool way.
The horror, the pace.
Yeah, and they did things kind of as transitions that I thought were really cool. You know, they were really going out of their way to show you reloading a gun. It's like, hey, man, you got to think about when you make those decisions in Metro. You've got these kind of like post-apocalyptic, like homemade shotguns that you're using, rifles that you're using, pistols that you're using. I love the way that they flashed through all of them really, really quickly.
And an underrated thing too is how Metro handles difficulty.
Right.
They have so many difficulty modes, which usually goes underappreciated, right? It's like you can play on normal, you have more ammo. You can play on like the hardcore ranger mode where like every single bullet counts and they're so rare and you really have to think. And I love that. Yeah, you can really crank up the survival aspect of Metro. If you want to, though. The option is there.
Right.
I mean, obviously, using your mask to protect yourself, a central part of Metro. Using it on somebody you really care about, I wonder if that's going to be an entire sequence and you have to switch between or alternate and kind of manage that time. I don't know. I thought it was solid.
Totally.
I thought it was solid.
And enough familiarity too, wiping the mask.
Yep.
Like there were all those nods and then like, all right, what's new?
This one takes place after all the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same character through all three of them.
Main character?
Yeah.
Brad and Ian, does this look like a game you want to play? That's what you're excited.
Yeah, it looks intriguing to me, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would catch up on all of them necessarily, but
Right.
I would try. I would give this a shot, man. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, those environments.
Mm-hmm.
Ian, what do you think?
Yeah,
Is this
it
your
looks
jam?
good. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like having not played any of the Metros and having played all the Fallouts.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, you know, they're similar. It looks just similar to me, but I mean, I know that's not accurate necessarily. But like, kind of like Brad said, like I'm not going to catch up in the other ones, but playing this one looks cool.
Yeah.
Like Burning Cobwebs is neat.
Yeah. That's a.
And
that's
I like
a trademark.
horror sections. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems cool.
I think the fact that you stress the survival horror aspect of it like makes me way more intrigued.
Yes.
Yeah, is
The
that
dark
a bigger part of it?
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes me more intrigued.
The dark ones are very, very fascinating, and that's why I think the story holds up for me so
You
much.
really have to manage your bullets.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extremely
And the high grade rounds too are not only your currency to buy things, but they are also really powerful rounds that you can choose to use on tougher enemies.
Yep.
That's
So,
cool.
love that.
I like ammo being money. That's kind of fun. Which makes sense too in a reality like this.
Totally. You can play the whole game in Russian too, because it's from a very, very famous Russian series.
That's cool.
So it's really like authentic.
The only way to play according to Michael P.
Yes,
Huber.
play in Russian. It's
Is it
awesome.
made in Russia?
I think I think it's a Russian studio. Yeah.
No, I don't think they're based in Russia.
Man, a lot of stuff's coming out February 22nd.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Stacked.
I could be wrong on that.
Is it Ukraine?
Let us know, chat. Let us know, Damiani.
I've got no idea where they make this.
But chat will correct us.
4
I didn't even know February 22nd.
Oh, they're deep silver.
Yeah,
Ukraine,
227.
a lot of people.
Ukraine.
Yeah,
Cool, cool.
Ukraine.
Nice.
Cool. All right, we have to move on. End of page 1. And it's a big one. First time at a Microsoft press conference, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3,
baby.
showing off a brand new
Frozen.
world, showing us Frozen, and showing us a ton of stuff that we haven't seen before. Bradley, let's take it away.
Man, I don't even know where to start, dude. Like, where do we start with like all the new powers they were showing? Like, he was like had some ice skating thing. Dummy, you just gotta bring it up, dude.
Like ice arm, like
sledding on Goofy's shield,
the
man.
Aqua reveal,
The Aqua reveal like hurt.
the Xehanort takeover.
I want to go
dude.
just like cry in a corner now.
she's a bad boy now.
like,
She's one of the
She's
13
corrupted by
how
Xehanorts.
dare they? How dare they?
They got you, dude.
How dare they?
It's alright, Huber. You'll free her from it
Yeah.
in this game.
Hopefully, don't
Man.
like, just like sacrifice. Or
How
something.
much? I felt this way with Toy Story, and I feel this way with Frozen, and I feel this way with Tangled. How well they're capturing the Pixar look in
I was saying that.
animation
I was like,
style.
it looks like the movie.
Yeah,
It just looks like the movie now.
It looks so
It's
good.
crazy.
It looks so good that I need to grab a Coke.
Like some ice weapon.
For clarity, Frozen and Tangled are
Yo,
not
do you want
Pixar.
anything?
Correct.
I'm good. The line about hey, I'm from the islands.
Yeah,
whatever is-
from the
Yeah, I'm
islands.
from the island.
So cool.
Yeah. So this is during the movie, at least this scene.
Yeah. Because the lake is all.
Oh my god! And they show like the.
Oh, she's running away right there.
Yeah, the ogre, like the snow ogre dude. Oh, I'm so hyped for that fight.
I really appreciated it when Sora said, "I'm an island boy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olaf.
Olaf.
Look how good that looks.
I know.
It's crazy.
Kingdom Hearts, man.
That
This is
VO
the first
talent?
time they revealed the gummy ship.
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
first time
gummy
they ever
ship.
revealed the gummy
The
ship.
gummy ship.
Blizzard
Look at that,
Please
dude.
don't suck, gummy ship
Look at
sections.
this.
Yeah,
Dude, so
Goofy
hype.
curling.
This is Gummy Ship Redemption now. Yeah.
Was it not good before?
It's alright. It's alright.
It's alright.
King's Flare.
It's been a while, baby.
They really like teasing the openness of each of the environments.
it's
That shot where
everything's-
they go sliding off the edge of the cliff.
Well,
Like,
everything's
look how
way
big that
bigger.
is.
There was
we know.
one area in the trailer that was difficult for me to pin. It's this right there. What is
I
that?
can't. Go back, Damiani. We
Enhance.
gotta
Rewind?
pause and
Boy, the gummy ship.
Gummy Ship.
Back more.
back more.
Yeah, it's
like
right,
after
it's
this.
right after this.
It's like
yeah.
the factory.
Okay, Monster Inc. Okay, so Monster
Inc.
Inc. Cool.
You can tell where they're at by the font in the bottom left.
So this
Did you
looks
say
way,
Monster Hunter Inc.?
This looks way better.
I might have. That sounds like something I would mistakenly
Like this
say.
looks way better than the previous gummy ships.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Inc.
Got the
Oh yeah,
power of
weird
ice.
no sound effects though.
Yeah.
Weird
Well, it's because
choice.
they were
They
highlighting
wanna
the music,
highlight the
but
music,
I
like,
understand.
it's weird.
I was okay with it. Give me that new theme.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
We were seeing Kingdom Hearts 3. I was fine with it.
Yeah, so be
But
it.
it was really kind of awkward too. So,
So be it. And they showed this much at an Xbox conference.
Yeah.
Gets me hyped
What
for
are
what
gonna
they
show
got,
at
baby.
Sony or
The Herc right here, dude.
Yeah.
I think a gameplay like segment
Yeah.
with Square Enix is a safe bet.
Yeah.
Show me that Star Wars.
Dude, the
That
block,
part, yeah, it was so epic.
Is it confirmed to have Star Wars, or is that just theorized?
Oh, we're just dreaming.
We're dreaming here.
Pie in the sky.
We're just Cyberpunk shadow dropping right now.
Oh my god.
Brandon Jones, not really a Kingdom Hearts enthusiast. What's your takeaway?
Look at that tangled world.
Yeah.
My takeaway, honestly, has totally changed since I played 3.
There it is!
In
We
that,
got
like,
him!
And that, like, if they introduce a new Disney World and I'm not happy about the way they do it, or they introduce a movie like Frozen, which is not one of my favorite Disney animated films, and so I'm not excited about that. This game is just crazy. I mean, like, what I played, you know, had systems, and with those systems were all sorts of other crazy stuff going on. I got the feeling there were abilities I didn't necessarily need to use, but I could if I just wanted to be flamboyant, and all of it was so polished.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the thing that, like, you know, if I have issues with this franchise, you know, polish is polish. I mean, if they're releasing a really, really fancily made product.
Ian and Brandon, the thing that I want to emphasize
little plot tease at the end of all of their trailers.
The thing that I want to emphasize with the Frozen world is you're not watching Frozen the movie,
Right.
you're playing
No,
Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts in a Frozen world, and
That's
you're
the
going to be
thing.
snowboarding
That's
with
great.
Donald and Goofy.
I'm all
And
about
so I still think it could be a good world, even if you're not exactly excited about that reveal.
Frozen doesn't have to be my favorite movie. That world would be fun to play.
Yeah. And Brendan, I think you bring up a great point. Like, it's one thing to be excited about this, but we played it, and we can envision how these elements that they're showing feel, and that just brings it up to a whole nother level for me.
It's not too late. You got time to
That's
catch
gonna
up.
be a good-
Catch up. You
Yeah,
got time to catch up.
1.5, 2.5, 2.8.
Because I think without the context, you see that snowboarding segment, you wonder, oh, that looks really fun, but is that just a level? But like knowing that, like, oh, there's all these elements that you could use, you know, taking the rails up to the top of the toy store and then gliding down, seeing how big the world is in Monsters Inc. when he jumps off the building in that one trailer. And so then seeing this, like, I bet at any time you want, you can go back up to the top of that mountain and ride it all the way down.
Ben Moore, did you have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 vibes?
From the snowboarding?
Did it ever cross your mind?
It did not cross
Twilight
my
Princess
mind.
vibes.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good pull,
There we
Jones.
go.
I like it on the
There we
shield.
go.
Now I'm like melding Sonic 3 and Kingdom Hearts 3. No, I didn't get those vibes.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Hitting them with the tree? Oh, so cool.
Dude.
I like where your head's at, though.
Yeah, this
Blades
is so
looks
cool.
Super cool.
That's
Yeah,
too
that-
jolly, dude. Too
Oh,
jolly.
yes, just the flips that
Simba, dude.
make
Fire
no
Simba.
sense. They're like standing on it as it's flipping over.
That
The Wreck-It
ride.
Ralph, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's so crazy.
Yeah, the theme park stuff is a low blow for me. It's like, oh, I can see. I get it.
Shadow Drop Tangled World tomorrow at Square Enix, please.
Tangled World?
Dirty pool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a
like a
huge
demo.
yep.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Man, the gummy ship.
The
Crazy
gummy ship
weapons on it.
strafing. Have we strafed in the gummy ship before?
Yeah.
Why is it called the
So you
gummy ship?
The parts are like called gummies on the ship.
G-U-M-M.
Heavily modified.
What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Look, we didn't cover that in the timeline, okay?
I'll fix it, don't worry.
Origins of gummy.
Are we ready to move on?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We must.
We've got two quick things that I think we can go by very quickly, just because there was a lack of it. The Sea of Thieves kind of hey, what's coming trailer. I thought it was charming. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wanted a little bit more. I wanted to know what we're going to be getting in July. I want to know what we're going to be getting in September.
We're going to Mordor.
We're going to Mordor.
And there's like skeletal skeletal ships now.
Right.
Which is good.
That's very good. But I got the vibe that those would only show up in that area.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it's
probably.
like you can go to
A
like
new area?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Cool. It's
Forgotten
a new
Isle or
area.
whatever it's called, like, or Forbidden Isle.
Cool.
It seems like you go to like the intense PvE zone and like deal with that if you choose to.
And I'm hoping that has like a little more story into it or something.
Yeah, and it seems like that way. This seems
Right.
like the best thing that they could do right now. You know, the game just came out, and they already released the shark thing, and now they're doubling down with 2 expansions with a story focus.
Yeah.
They're on the right path.
And I really get behind you on that story focus. It seems like this place has a history and they want to tell you that history, which I'm very excited about. Brad, you said, I believe on a Frame Trap, that you're in. For the next...
I actually played the update for the Megalodon one.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, they added like a little tiny kind of bit of story about like the Megalodon.
Okay.
I definitely needed more, but I was like, okay, you're making little tiny steps, which is good.
I mean, I think by next E3, Sea of Thieves could be a super cool.
Yes, yes.
She is just one of the store.
Yeah,
vendors.
yeah.
She's just
Cool.
It was cute. It was cute.
It was cute.
cute.
Okay.
Rare hammer.
Next on the list,
Fix
we've
the
got...
clipping of the clothes through the body models.
We've got the Nordli war story from Battlefield 5.
Just like what?
30-second.
Yeah.
30-second.
Like what was the even?
You know, and then even
It had like 4 new shots.
Yeah, and tease it too.
That was the weird thing. Tease it yesterday that
Yeah.
it's going to be at Xbox, and then it's like 4 shots extra.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what else
Maybe
we really
this isn't
need.
being fair, but I feel like I know nothing more than I did.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I think, to me, what that indicates is, and also that it's called War Stories, and maybe they confirm this, so I'm just saying what we already know, but like, it's just a whole bunch of vignettes.
That's what Battlefield
was.
Yeah.
It was different people.
So the stories are so short that if you made a trailer any longer than that, you would just see all of it.
But then don't hype it up.
Right, don't tease it the day before.
Or
That's
give me a bunch of stories. You know, if you're going to show so little, you have to give me more than that.
It's kind of funny that they didn't tease, like, Zordli's story at the end of this one.
Zordli.
Some other person.
Nordli and Zord.
But,
Nordli and Zord, the brother and sister.
But disappointing. I think there were a couple of low points in this show, and I think that was one of them.
Yeah.
It didn't justify its own space in the conference.
There was certainly a lowest point. This wasn't it.
Yeah.
That was a handshake.
It's very weird how they are showing Battlefield 5 because to get information, you have to go search for it, you know? And the press conferences is the time to show us.
Right.
And they're not really doing that, so it's weird.
Damian, can you show us the like to dislike ratio on the Gears Pop announcement trailer, please? All right.
Positive.
We're at
Positive
523
ratio.
up.
I'm definitely the minority on those.
Sweep it.
Yeah, you hate the pop.
Yeah, I
figures.
hate
A lot of
Funko
people
Pops.
love
I
those
hate
pop
them.
figures. Also, it's just a mobile game, whatever.
I do want to focus
stakes.
on
low
Daniel Bloodworth is unfortunately not here. He would have the best things to say about it. But boy, I really thought that Forza Horizon
looks
presentation
so fun.
Yeah,
What a
was
trailer.
That was
very
really
good.
fun.
They made me want to play that game.
I want to play that game.
Let's play that
It
game.
looks
I want to drive
gorgeous.
around.
Let's what?
How well
Let's
like
drift.
driving with so many people in the chaos you could cause, crashing through stone walls, the
But
jumps
even
you
like
could do.
seeing chaos in
I'm
the
on
distance,
Mixer.
you know, like I do kind of like that. I think that also in a world like this, it's really fun to explore. Could lead you to new environments that you haven't possibly seen yet. You know, like you might see, gamertag pop up like on a cliff and be like, "Whoa, somebody's up there! What's up there?" You know, or
Yeah.
like,
Because
and I
he
really
said
like that.
all players are in the same world at the same time.
That's gotta be
How is
instant.
that possible?
Yeah.
It's gotta be
like-
instant.
It's like a
or
server
something.
probably.
Yeah,
for
I'm
each
sure.
thing.
Yeah, Guild Wars.
I
And I wonder how fast the seasons change because they were saying like, you know, each season is a reason to jump back in or something. It's like, do seasons last like a competitive, like a Overwatch season or a Fortnite season?
Or
like,
is
are
it like
these
just real?
It's the real seasons.
Yeah, like if you go in and it's fall, it's
Like
fall.
if
If you go in and
you
it's
don't
winter,
like the
it's
snow
winter.
mechanics, 3 months of snow, like deal with it. Dude. Come back
I
later.
did- no, I
Come
doubt
back in
that.
spring.
I think it
What
changes
if
a lot faster than that.
what if they tie it? They just literally tie it to the weather of the areas in the game in real life.
It's
and
just
then
raining the
Whatever
whole
is
game, man.
happening in real life is happening in the game.
There are
Someday
two
games
things-
are going to do that, and it's going to be cool.
There are two things that I'm really excited about with the weather specifically. So in Forza Horizon, you can go and you can find really cool, rare cars out in the world. That first moment when you go across that frozen lake and you find something that you couldn't otherwise get because the lake was frozen, that's going to be a really good, really feel-good moment. Also, Forza Horizon, it's all about completing challenges, and I hope that they're like, hey, we're going to give you a reason to do this event in all 4 seasons, and it's going to feel different every time, and you're going to find things that you didn't get before. I hope it's significant and it doesn't feel repetitious if they decide to go that route. Also, I want to talk about the way that you're doing text messages with each other via your car.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's going to be a lot of trolling. I think they said with the D-pad.
The D-pad.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there just, do I just push right and it goes, yo,
Yeah.
I'm on Mixer?
They said something about that.
I wonder if you can customize that.
For sure
like,
you'll
pick
be
your
able to.
favorites.
Wait, that was a message that popped up?
Yeah, that's why we were laughing
I
about
thought it was like the license plate. I was looking away at that
yo,
moment.
I'm on
But
Mixer.
it's funny because it's not, it doesn't serve any function.
Right.
You know, it's not like, oh, that's going to change my gaming experience knowing that. It's literally just, yay, Mixer.
Man, I'm going to be doing that the whole time.
Yep.
Saying I'm on Mixer,
I'm on Mixer,
over and
baby,
over
yeah.
and over again.
Run someone off the road, I'm on Mixer.
I'm on Mixer.
Don't text and drive.
Imagine like winning a race, turning
point.
around, and as the second place guy comes in, I'm on Mixer. The 60 frames per second mode, good stuff.
Just,
Excellent.
Or just
Good
like
stuff
before
in
race
Mixer.
starts, I'm on Mixer, I'm on Mixer, I'm on Mixer.
Yep.
Like everybody does it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just what you do.
Funny to me. Man, this being okay, so October 2nd, not that far away, and this being Game Pass, man, sweetening the pot.
Yeah,
I think all their first party games are Game Pass.
I don't think they said for years.
I think Game Pass could be really big for Forza. I think there's a lot of people
that
don't necessarily like resent this entry coming up because I think there's like these teams behind Forza are always so enthusiastic about it. The game always looks so good. We always get gameplay first and foremost whenever the new ones get announced. So like I think there's a lot that this franchise does right. I just think like personally for me there's a lot of people that don't make time for Forza, and I think if you are an Xbox fan, you've been a little hungry for like the first party stuff. You've like maybe a couple months have gone by in 2018. You're like, I didn't really get that game on Xbox that I was really excited about this month.
Yeah.
Give this game a shot. It's right there. It's just, if you got Games Pass, download it and jump in. And so I wonder, this is going to be like a Yakuza situation where you just have all of these new people jumping in for the first time.
Forza Horizon.
And a, not only Forza, but Horizon, like this really open, fun, a lot of energy with this. Oh, and I also got to bring up a disappointment, but I guess it's just kind of the way this is built and the way that it's built in a fan fest. But Forza Horizon, the only demo or anything on that stage that used this ocean of consoles that was sitting there the whole time. And I think, like, obviously that's the fan fest. Like, when now this closes down and then opens up where people can come out and check out demos, not only are you going to get to play these games at fan fest, but you're like, I'm on the stage!
Right,
and I can see that being exciting.
I did like the look of it.
I thought, oh my goodness, the 50-player Battlefield, like 64-player.
Oh yeah, we used to get those.
Story mission or whatever.
Man.
Think of how many HDMI matrices they have running to get all those screens to do the same thing at the same time.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm way in. I am way in. Ultimate Edition, 4-day early access. Come on. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about was surprising. Microsoft Studios acquiring a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of things.
I'm leaving the desk again.
Mute 4.
So we've got a brand new studio, The Initiative. Unfortunately, in my notes, I missed the name of the guy that they were hyping up and what he worked on. So if there's any way that we can get that, that'd be awesome.
It was a 3-part name?
But a brand new studio.
Cool.
Always exciting. We're going to find out more what they're getting from there. They're getting Undead Labs, which I think is smart. They acquired Playground Games, which is super smart. And Ninja Theory. Compulsion as well with We Happy Few. But Ninja Theory is the one I want to focus on. I think it got the biggest reaction out of us. What do we see? What's the first thing we see by a Microsoft Studios acquired Ninja Theory?
New IP.
New IP?
New IP.
So we're not getting
third-person action.
Follow-up to Hellblade. We're going somewhere new.
Nah,
I think we're going somewhere new.
Yeah.
I agree. Seems that there's a restlessness within Ninja Theory that produces such incredible things that's what I would want.
Yeah,
but this new game they make will be for a franchise. They're going to set one up.
Start a franchise?
Yeah. I bet you're right.
They're a studio poised to have a big franchise, like Heavenly Sword was going to get a sequel and didn't. Enslaved was going to get a sequel and didn't. DMC, who knows what the future was. Yeah, who knows what the deal was there, if it was just a one and done or if it's like, hey, if it does really well.
Yeah.
Hellblade always seemed like it was designed for a standalone. So I would love to see the foundation of a new franchise for sure from them, because I just love that studio so much.
Yeah, after Hellblade though, they talked in such a way where they're like, hey, this was the value of going independent, this was the value of making a beautiful, short, very focused
indie game with a AAA budget.
Right. So do you think whatever the next thing is they work
AAA
on
game with an indie budget.
Yeah.
Are we getting, because we have this new position that they're in, is it still going to be small? Is it going to be a short game? Is it going to be an Inside style of experience?
I mean,
or a Hellblade style
Hellblade was small, and now they have the full backing of Microsoft, so I expect them to go big now.
Yeah, and it's not that I wouldn't be excited if they went big, but I really value those companies that can make incredible short experiences that I can play in 1 or 2 sittings.
Definitely.
And so I would be a little bit bummed, I guess, if we lost that.
Yeah.
I thought Hellblade found something really good.
Yeah, totally.
So, and I want to talk about We Happy Few because I thought that trailer was super
way
good.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more story.
It's always had amazing trailers, though.
It has.
I hope what Jones was talking about is true, that it's a vastly changed gameplay experience. Because what I played of it a year or 2 years ago, whatever, I was almost immediately kind of like, a little disappointed that this is what it is.
it definitely reignited my interest for the game.
Sure.
You know?
Me too.
I mean, it looked like there were a lot of different cutscenes in different places with different characters, which does belie a story or like a story.
Yeah.
The plot of her and him, you know, talking about the drugs.
Yeah. And was that her? The question I had was is that her, the same woman from the beginning with the mask? Is that her at the end of the trailer?
With it off? Yeah, I think so.
I think it's the same woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to emphasize that, like, hey, I know this is bad, but this will keep us. Like, you have to do this. This will keep us safe.
Very intense.
I think it is so hard to present a story that you want to see more of in a trailer.
Yeah.
And I really felt like I got a good sense of the themes that they were dealing with, and I want to know more. I want to explore that world.
Totally.
100%. And Ian, I think you brought up a really good point, because you mentioned how We Happy Few has had a good trailer before, but if you go back to that trailer, it was really just kind of bouncing between like 2 different environments.
Right, it was only that intro.
Yes.
Because like you got through all the stuff in the intro or in the trailer in the first intro of the game, and then you're just out in the world playing the survival thing.
Right.
So yeah.
And there's just so much more to digest here.
Yeah. Jumping all over.
I don't know why, but the thing that jumps out to me the most is the colored roads.
Yeah.
And I want to see them all lead to like some really messed up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the live action
on the TV.
plaster all over.
Yeah.
It's great. Dancing the beat.
Like that thing. That guy just like
Jolly.
blissed out on
It's jolly and unsettling.
Yeah.
Right, it's disturbing. Like, my goodness.
Guy's just like doped out.
Yeah.
Down
Good
the
lighting.
beach.
Sucker for lighting.
Do you think it's encouraging that Microsoft believes so much of this game that they're willing to acquire them, even if the reception to the early access that they've released isn't that good?
Yeah.
Like, I really hope for a big transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want because the concept and look and feel of this game is so good. I really, really want it to come out and just be amazing.
I think they see the potential.
Yeah.
Like with the State of Decay people.
Yeah.
Like they see potential in them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's probably for sure.
Yeah, it's her. Definitely.
Was that hair new? Was that in the logo before?
I don't know how much you want to talk about this, but PUBG, we've got a new map coming in the summer, and then we've got a new mode and map coming in the winter of 2018. So PUBG still rolling. I think it's been a big thing for Xbox. I think it's been a big success, which is really good. I like PUBG. You like PUBG.
Yeah. I want to know more about War Mode, because Fortnite had the limited time 50 versus 50, which they've teased that could become permanent because it's so popular. Just this massive 50 on 50 battle. You know, everyone kind of converging on the middle. I love that. This seems like their response to that, and I wonder what's going to set it apart from the 50 on 50 in Fortnite. I really like the use of the riot shield, you know, kind of like helping each other out.
It seemed to me in the trailer that you're obviously split up into teams, and one team is trying to protect a building while another team is trying to get in.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's sort of like just this sort of style, not necessarily this exact thing like Counter-Strike, like one team has to plant the bomb, the other has to defend the location. And I think that could be really cool in Fortnite. But yeah, those riot shields were super hype.
Yeah.
Is this something that you are interested enough to check out, Ian, do you think?
I mean, I like PUBG fine. It's my opinion that Fortnite is just more fun. But
I still want to ride that cart in Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
Shopping cart?
But I mean, like, I
So
used to
fun.
play PUBG on the computer, so
Yeah.
I'll check it out, whatever.
The Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
Feel good
coming
moment.
this winter.
Feel good moment. Getting that content we never got over here.
There were several things that were weird to see in a Xbox press conference, and that Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition was definitely
But
one of them.
Vesperia, remember 360?
That was
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, I don't know why, but just the anime and the song was
Totally.
like, all right, cool, let's do this.
I can't wait to talk about anime.
Yeah, the anime
we're
dreams
getting
were
there. I
alive
can't
in this press conference.
Yeah.
Well, you heard that from Phil at the end. He was like, he's like, I'm proud of how different all of these experiences are.
And they really made good at that. Like, there's everything that we're talking about feels so wildly different from everything else. It's nuts. But yeah, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, widely regarded as one of the best Tales games, a favorite among Bradley Ellis and Michael Damiani. Getting that PS3 stuff.
Yeah, feels good, man. I was always so mad we never got that.
Yeah.
God.
And now you get it. What do you think about that winter release date?
seems like far away.
It seems like far away.
Yeah, it's like, why?
I think for a definitive edition of Tales of Vesperia, I was hoping for like August.
Yeah, winter is very crowded.
Yeah,
so
it is.
But remasters kind of operate in their own space, you know, versus the big releases.
Sure.
Right.
So
I just feel like it should have been something we got sooner.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I remember when the Mega Man X Legacy collections were announced, and I was like, July? That seems so far away, and here we are.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get close to it.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is I feel like there's so much stuff coming out. That
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
I'm sure it'll go by fast. Then we have The Division 2.
Yeah.
Set in Washington, D.C. It's taking place during the summer. We got to look at how it played, and there was some gamer talk.
Mm-hmm.
What did we think of this trailer?
Mild gamer talk.
Mild gamer talk.
So I was happy about that. I think I'm not the high enough level, help me out. I think that was like the worst of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give them this. Like, I was trying to like erase it from my brain and imagine the trailer without it. And if you're going to give a very honest portrayal of the game, that probably would be a pretty slow-moving piece of media to watch of just kind of like all of them wandering around,
checking their inventory, swapping items, like.
Because it's pretty traditional of just kind of fun. I like the charge at the end was interesting. I don't know if there were many like assaults that you would do upon a big base like that, but it was funny. Because I think the thing that frustrates me is they're presenting this like it's like they've never experienced this before. So it's just this weird like it's just my dumb brain and how it operates. But I'm just actually manifesting like who are these players that would be in this actual circumstance, but they've reached this high enough level and are higher level than this one player, but she's allowed to do the mission with them, but they've never seen this plane before and have no idea what context is it. But they got all these weapons, so it's just kind of like they're trying to create the best of both worlds. But
they were just grinding a lot before.
They were. There's clearly some grinding fans in that group, but. While I don't think there's not really one thing to pinpoint that was like the big kind of shocking gameplay device or something new that they're going to be doing.
Right.
That was some satisfying gameplay, and I think from people who are a fan of the first Division, I think that's definitely a project they can be excited about.
Yeah. New city, new season.
Yeah.
So.
I think the summer setting is so much more interesting, and it just immediately sets you up for a lot more variation.
Yeah.
And the Division, like. I don't think there was anything super crazy in that trailer like Jones was speaking to, but a refined Division, I think, is enough.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to go crazy.
The building blocks are there. They've improved the game so much over the last couple of years.
And if they just take all of the lessons that they've learned and all of the improvements that they've made, I think it could be a really cool sequel that a lot of people enjoy.
Kind of felt like Anthem at the top, really just focusing on natural environments. They started almost in like a jungle. You know, so like
good fake out. Starting in like a botany wing of a zoo or whatever, coming out. Yeah, it was good.
I'm ready to storm the White House. Let's go.
Yeah, rushing on Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
down the wing. Yeah. Another point with Division, and again, I played it at launch. I didn't really play a lot of the updates, but the thing that I felt at launch is things can take a really long time to kill and not necessarily interesting to fight, just sort of sitting there whittling down this health bar, and that you're fighting like the exact same type of special bosses over and over and over again. And so I'm hoping for a little bit more variety. I'm hoping those fights aren't drug out so long.
Totally. And I hope tomorrow at Ubisoft we see what they're going to do with the Dark Zone.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, the most interesting thing about the Division. It's just,
well said. Well said.
So cool.
It is the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Moving on to another weird point. I'm almost hesitant to say low point because it went by pretty quick, but we talked about Xbox Game Pass, which is cool and a great thing for Microsoft. But the way that they talked about the fast start, wow, it goes twice as fast.
Dude, I was getting like cloud flashbacks and talking about the cloud.
Yeah, but is it really a problem? Like,
I don't know.
Are we not starting fast enough that this is like an exciting announcement? Maybe seeing it in practice.
Like
will
the
change our
idea of
mind,
like improving the load times and stuff like that is nice, but like I don't know if that was like a big thing for it.
Yeah.
I feel like you mentioned it in a press conference just so that everyone knows about it, but they could have spent like slightly less time on it as far as the presentation goes and keeping it entertaining.
Yeah, I do think it could have been a little bit snappier. I don't even think you needed a person to come out on stage.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
something that could
probably
have been
just-
done in a
yeah.
very short video.
Yeah.
I agree with you. How do you feel about The Division, Elder Scrolls Online, and Fallout 4 being kind of the new things that are available on Game Pass today? Do you think those are exciting?
I'm always the biggest fan of releasing games in a series with sequels coming. You know, Division 2 is coming, Fallout 76 is coming.
Good call, good call.
Hey, let everyone catch up. I love that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was perfect.
You're right.
Hey, so Fallout 4 is releasing today on Xbox Games Pass. We're looking forward to more footage from Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls can Games Pass. Bethesda press conferences this evening.
It's harder for me to be optimistic about that. I hope you're right, man. That'd be happy as hell.
Yeah,
but
that would be.
they just released an Elder Scrolls Online expansion.
Yeah,
and so this is the 1-2 punch of you get the base game.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too worked up here.
They just released an expansion.
Also,
for Elder Scrolls
didn't he
Online,
say like last year or the year before? He's like, we're way out.
Way
from
out.
6.
Yeah.
Like,
Years and
way
years away.
out from.
I think the Skyrim teaser we got.
Yeah, the
years
teaser
before that
trailer,
game finally happened.
Man, I adore that teaser that they did at the Game Awards for Skyrim. That got my hyped. All right, ID at Xbox. Really quick, a lot of stuff they showed.
So many things.
Again, if this was a presentation that I think was more starved for stuff to show, I would have been frustrated because some of those games looked really, really cool. What is the name of it? The one that Don brought? Sable. Yeah, want to see more Sable for sure.
Sable.
But because of the nature of the show, I thought it worked really well. It was at a good place in the conference, and
some rapid fire games.
Some rapid fire games.
I always like the rapid fire.
Some Ashen in there. Some
Dead Cells.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Some new ones in there too that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just whenever you show that many, it's hard keeping titles
totally
straight. Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to see something like that at Sony. I don't think we're going to see this just kind of like, remember like that one time when they had like 8 different, independent games were on stage at one time, and they're like, we're so proud of all these teams. They're just like blockbuster now. So it is kind of nice for Xbox to be showcasing that stuff. And for like each one of those individual teams, I just imagine like some office somewhere in some small town, like all of them just like, we did it.
Oh,
like,
man.
We made it into a
If they could do a
big press conference.
compilation of like developer reactions like that, I would love it. Oh, it'd be so heartwarming. I've got some exciting news from Michael Damiani. We have Maximilian Dude hosting us, which is kind of weird because I was watching him stream Mortal Kombat last night, getting hyped for E3. Nice. If you don't know who Maximilian is, he's this guy that loves fighting games and makes some really incredible videos for fighting games. Not only that, but he loves Souls. He loves Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is his favorite game of all time.
Speaking of reactions,
I think he's within our realm of taste.
Yeah, good reactions from Maximilian.
Yeah, great reactions. I think he just reacted either today or yesterday to the Dead or Alive 6 trailer.
Oh,
yeah. And talk about that. You can check that out. So cool. We like Max. It's basically the end of that. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider. People think that we hate Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I don't think that is an accurate evaluation of our feelings on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's just, I think that the way that they're showing it is not the most exciting, and I would argue that this trailer falls in line with that.
I mean, Eidos Montreal, like big towns, show me that Deus Ex style stuff. Let me go into the town, talk to some people, figure out how that all works. Like, there's still so much I don't know about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is always good. You have some mystery, but I feel like it's always this. Keep seeing the same stuff, her in a tomb and killing some enemies in the jungle.
I didn't play Rise, but like I think this is going to be a game of just little small moments to treasure. Just like little small discoveries, little opening up new tombs and going inside them and getting various items out of them and stuff. And we might have guests. And so I think there obviously a big set piece moment is this beginning, as we know now, of the game where she is responsible for this world being destroyed, this whole town being messed up, and obviously there's a lot of regret and there's a lot of their duality that they're showing that I think looked weird at some points. So some gameplay shots, what am I looking at right now? Oh, they have it split in a weird way, and so I think. Yeah, they're definitely keep leaning back to this first scene because I think a lot of the moments after that are a lot slower, and you really just kind of have to moment by moment immerse yourself in this world and make these little tiny discoveries. And I think that'll be potentially very satisfying when you actually play the game. Right. But I think Square Enix just is having a very difficult time of trying to sell this game in a way that doesn't feel very traditional. It's just an action game, so here's how we sell it.
we're gonna have to
That's
get
a-
cut short a little
that's a
bit.
great
So I'm gonna change
segment there.
the format of this. We were running down everything, giving our thoughts on it. We
Do it.
can't do that because we've got a Game Explain segment coming up with Michael Damiani, coming up at 4 p.m.
Live show.
And so we're gonna play the hits. There are 3 more things that I want to talk about. Get your opinions on. We have to talk about Devil May Cry 5.
We have
I don't know
to.
how
Yes.
we don't talk about Devil May Cry 5.
Yes.
Man, so exciting to see Itsuno and that whole translated presentation.
Feel
I thought
good
was
moment,
extremely-
dude.
Yeah.
Loving the Nero love.
Yeah, the Nero love, really focusing on him.
Yeah.
There, with that art, it's clear that you're going to be playing as 3 different characters. I don't know who that last character is. That could be a really exciting reveal. I think you are going to play as Dante. I'm curious how they're going to switch between them. The new mechanical Devil Bringer nonsense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some crazy, like, picked the guy up and, like, slammed him.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and so that makes me think that you're gonna be able to bust you're gonna be able to bring enemies closer to you and grapple onto certain objects like you could in Devil May Cry 4. But it also makes me think that you're gonna be able to get completely new abilities, that this is gonna be a modular thing that you're gonna get over time. I don't know who that friend is that is with him. Like immediately,
I think she's a new character.
Yeah, I think she's a new character. I immediately thought like lady. No,
The cigarette in the car moment was amazing. I want to know where in the timeline it is because Nero looks older.
I mean, it's
after 4, but is it after 2? Is my question.
I think it's before 2.
Okay.
So I think it's after 4 before.
They're
2.
gonna remake 2.
Yeah, probably. That's a good idea.
My thing with this trailer is I'm not completely sold on the look yet.
Oh, this?
Yeah, there's something about it, and it's hard to put my finger on it. It actually looks very reminiscent, at least the character models and the enemy design of DMC.
I was gonna
which
say
I'm not against.
It felt like
at
kind of
all.
like a mix.
Yeah, it
both
does.
of them.
I think it mixes maybe the best way to say it, Brad, where I think it is kind of a mix of older Devil May Cry's and DMC, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It took me a long time to warm up to DMC, and so I'd like to play it. I'd like to see what it looks like in action. But when I saw the style of it, not disappointed, but just a little bit curious, I think.
Sure.
How are you feeling, Huber?
Feeling good about it, too. Devil May Cry 5 got announced.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was something about the visuals.
Right.
Something about the trailer, too. We see combat, but, like, just the beginnings of combat.
Yeah,
you know what I
just
mean?
little.
We don't see the crazy, flashy, multi-combo, switching weapons, killing a bunch of people. You know, we see it's very contained. It's very reserved for a Devil May Cry trailer. You know,
man, and it's just words. You know, it's just hype generation. But when he gets out there and says, "This is the best combat system we've ever made," and it's coming from him.
Yeah,
it's hard not to put some faith in it, right?
Yeah.
God damn, this was the #1 thing that I wanted in 3.
And you got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
Dude, I love the air lifts up and hit him mid-air. Oh, so good.
That is crazy. Witch times.
And I think that's something that you trigger with your arm as well, which is cool. The way that he's revving up the sword, that was a really cool mechanic in Devil May Cry 4 as well, where if you timed it right, you could power up your next strike, and it just added so much to combat, so it seems like that's going to be back as well.
I didn't notice him, like, thrusting his arm down and, like, twisting it to get a new arm out.
Yeah.
Before.
Oh, man.
It looked like a multi-stage boss
can, like,
fight, too.
You know, now that I've watched the trailer
Love the
again,
environments.
maybe I'm just on board.
Love the environments.
Yeah.
Watching it without
you're on
sound
board,
is
man.
very
Man, you're on board.
You know what
so
I think
on board.
it is? I think I'm able to pinpoint it a little bit more closely. Nero looks younger in this than he did in Devil May Cry 4, and so I think that was just throwing me off. Like when I saw that face, I didn't immediately think of Nero because he has longer hair and he looked slightly older to me in Devil May Cry 4.
Now we can see this part without cutting away.
So I think Kyrie is the love interest of Nero in Devil May Cry 4, and he's talking to her and she's hooded. Was that a bearded Dante?
That was a bearded Dante.
It's a bearded Dante with a
I think the third
non-red
playable
jacket.
character
But it was red
is
in the
Kyrie. That's why you see her with the
press
hood on.
conference.
Maybe.
I think they might be a little reddish.
Which I think could be really hype. Maybe she's dealing with some sort of possession, some devil inside of her that she has to unleash. But yeah, I wonder if the third playable character could be Kyrie. Okay,
The van, dude.
Gotta keep trucking.
Devil May Cry van.
Times
I want to keep talking about it. Battletoads really, really cool. I want to talk about Gears of War 5. Let's just ignore tactics and pop for now. Let's
Sweep
revisit
it.
them later.
Sweep it.
But
Sweep
Gears of
it.
War 5, I thought that showed really well. I
thought it showed really well.
I really honestly bought into the conflict.
It got me back into the story.
Yeah.
It did. It so did. You know, I did not care for Gears of War 4 really at all. I just never I could never get invested in the story. And this in one exchange and one cutscene, I'm on board. I'm on board for the story. Like you said, sold the conflict. So.
And honestly, those weird muscle alien things planting down that gun, taking over the robots, and then because you have that in Gears of War 4 where you destroyed robots and you could break them down, but the fact that you broke them down here and then they still slithered towards you, that seems a lot more interesting to me.
And I love just going out, Jones. That the like you're on the edge of the world. I'm always a sucker for that. It looks like you're gonna fight some freakos out there, you know.
Jones, did you buy it?
Yeah. One thing that I'm a little nervous about is. That looks just kind of like a lone wolf mission. It's just the two of them going out, and so it is a bummer having like the progression of this story and a lot of the things that I felt teased in 4 that I thought they were going to get into with 5, and that just your kind of anti-establishment vibe. Just every time like the government or the ruling order tried to contact you in 4, and you're always shutting them up. And I was like, oh, I wonder if we're going to get to that in 5, where it's like uneasy alliance, you're going to have to deal with them and like maybe work with their forces, and then now we're just almost saying goodbye to like every character except for these two and just forging out on their own.
Or it's one storyline is these two, and the other storyline is the other ones going on.
And I also think
that would be a very interesting split.
I get what you're saying, but I also feel like Gears of War 4 ultimately was building up Kate and her conflict, and so to me it makes sense that it's like, all right, let's really focus on this. And I hope that the conflict between you and your partner, like I hope that has a mechanical translation. I hope that's not just a story beat, that you have to make decisions and you have to doubt who you're with. And maybe that it happens with your partner, your real life partner in co-op.
Dude, I would love something like that. This is just totally theorizing, but if you get told like you're an alien now, don't tell your partner or something, and you
how would they? Because it's not couch co-op, it's online, right? So they could do that.
There's probably couch co-op though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It'd be hard to do that.
Yeah, dang.
The last thing that we want to talk about, in a way,
they force you to wear headphones.
The last thing that I want to talk about, in a way I honestly don't feel like there's that much to say, in a weird way, is Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh my god.
And what I mean by that is, we were basically just fawning over that pre-show, being like, hey, of course it's going to look good, it's going to look how we want it to. And I think they completely delivered on that.
This is the trailer I want to go watch 10 more times.
This
is the one.
Details,
frame by frame.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Frame by frame. This and of course, Shadows Die Twice, but like
definitely Cry 5.
So many, but especially because of the gap. Like there was such so much time has passed since we saw that first piece of media that like I could totally understand. I would be frustrated, but like I would not be surprised if we basically just got like another CG trailer that was kind of like, okay, it's been a long time. Some things have changed about this project. We can kind of give a little bit more detail about like maybe some of the protagonists or where we're going with this story, but don't really have time, to show you gameplay yet. And to take a more cinematic approach, but to say right up front, like this is gameplay, this is an engine, everything you're looking at right now, the world's going to look like this.
Right.
And just getting kind of almost like a Rockstar style trailer of just like the world. Yeah. And just picking out so many things, that kid in VR, and my favorite, the guy on the plane freaking out, and the flight attendants running over to him, like
he's like, or the guy at the diner, and like the thugs come up behind and like start messing with him.
That not only you kind of question what is my role in this going to be? Who am I? And how much am I going to affect this world?
My hope is that you can choose to play as like any number of these kinds of people they're showing, like maybe even these androids and stuff.
The scene where she's putting on makeup and is missing half of her face.
Oh yeah,
so
this like corporate,
but shown so quickly. They don't really dwell on anything. You just get
like, can you play? It
was masterful.
I think you'll just play as like the Blade Runner guy.
I want a character creator.
As we're watching this trailer, it is
like under the box.
That's gonna be a quest.
Dude,
That's gonna be a quest.
The cab with the places for your weapons.
Oh my god!
Just store your weapons on the side of the cab.
We have to wrap this up, and I think while we're watching this trailer, it's the perfect time to talk about the sweetest moment presented to us by Sweet Justice, who is sponsoring us this E3. The problem is, I don't think there's a clear-cut sweetest moment. I would even say that maybe Jump Force could qualify as the sweetest moment.
We all freaked out about Jump Force.
All freaked out about Jump Force. I think just like in the moment shock was the best with Jump Force. You could make a case for Cyberpunk, especially the way that they
started it. Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. Devil May Cry 5 for me, a little biased there. Does anyone want to make a strong case for any of those or another game that I didn't mention?
I'm saying,
Well, I mean, Shadows Die Twice is like amazing, but sweetest moment for me was honestly Cyberpunk. Like the way they cut him off. Because
Phil Spencer being cut off is pretty sweet.
And then we don't see him again.
It was done super
Also,
well.
like, I think they glitched his voice out. Maybe that's just my faulty memory, but like...
And the way they did the CD Projekt Red thing going through the directory.
I liked it, though, coming out. It was jolly.
Going down to final version.
I'll tell you this. Whenever we vote on my sweetest moment is Devil May Cry 5. And I think Itsuno really sold it.
I think we can have individual sweetest moments. We don't have
Can we do that?
We don't have to agree. We agree. We voted on one last time.
This conference was so jam-packed, I'm okay with it.
I would love if Sweet Justice reached out to us and they were like, what's this multiple sweetest moment nonsense?
No, I think we gotta compromise and we gotta come together and we gotta pick one.
We gotta pick one?
Let's pick one.
Yeah.
My vote is Cyberpunk.
Brandon.
Jump what? Jump Force?
Jump Force.
I think that's a great middle ground.
When Brandon says
because
Jump
we all have
Force.
our own individual things, you know what I mean? Like
the fact that it's like 6 different anime games in one game, I have no idea what it is. If it's a fighting game, I'm less excited.
It's
Oh, then
it's,
no.
Well, yeah,
Then
but it's not like if it's like the other jump games, it's not like it's like an arena that you're in.
Sure.
Anyway, I don't know. It was pretty hype, man.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk for me.
Okay, we got a Cyberpunk. We got to vote for Jump Force.
Oh yeah.
Brad,
Give me the real name. What's the official name?
Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
We're not helping her case.
Devil May Cry 5.
I'll change to
If there's-
Sekiro.
Okay.
Oh no.
2v2?
Oh, you're both DMC?
Yeah, so now it's...
Well, they're in it too. They're voters too.
So I'm gonna say DMC. So we got 2 for Sekiro, 2 for DMC.
Devil May Cry 5 is
And the best vote ever for Brandon Jones. Damiani,
What's your vote?
what's your vote for sweetest moment?
Jump Force.
Don, vote for something else.
You know, I was pretty excited when the leaves fell from the ceiling in the auditorium, but
The Forza gameplay.
observing everyone's reaction, I'll definitely have to say Jump Force.
Yeah! Jump Force
sweetest moment.
is your Microsoft E3 2018 sweetest moment. Don wins once again. All right, very quickly. We got to do grades, and we're going to do out of 10. I'm going to follow the Kyle Bossman example. You can give it any decimal you want to. Start us off, Michael Huber.
9.8, best Microsoft conference of all time, period.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a lot more that needs to be said.
Yeah, I was gonna give it the old GT 9.8.
Yeah.
Can't give it a 10.
Yeah.
But
The GT 9.8.
best,
On
best
that
one
scale,
ever.
9.8 is the highest you can go.
Non-stop.
Brandon.
The Funko Pop brought it down for me, so it can't be 10.
Yeah, that Funko Pop was really bizarre. I'll go 9.5. Super bummed not to have those consoles do anything. Like, and to bring up the logo on them every time. You're like, oh, it says Crackdown 3 on all those televisions. They're like, for no reason at all. But that was fantastic.
I was going to do 9.8. I think I'll do 9.6 because there weren't any shadow drops. Thirsty for a shadow drop, not just because of my final bet, but like I just love a good shadow drop. And there were a few like Captain Spirit could have been a shadow drop.
There's a few moments where they could have easily
We
been.
judge either guys solely based on shadow drops and potential for shadow drops. Damiani, do you got a grade for us?
I'm gonna go with 9 out of 10.
Okay.
9.
Fuse a Rasengan and Kamehameha. It's too good.
I'll go 9 out of 10. It would have been a solid 10 if we would have gotten a single image of Battletoads. Just one.
I
would have made it a 10, but it was still really good.
It's
Weird tease of art too.
Yeah.
Like, is that the art? That seemed like very cartoony.
They said
It's
2.5D,
gonna. I like.
so
I'm
I think it's
very
very
basic
possible.
hand-drawn. I'm picturing like Donkey Kong, like Tropical Freeze, kind
Hand-drawn.
of looking.
Still
Rayman
exciting.
Legends.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the point.
going to keep the 9 out of 10 train rolling with Damiani and Don. I agree. This was the best Microsoft press conference I've ever seen, in my opinion. There were so many great things, a lot of which we've already talked about. Things that we didn't even talk about that I thought were really good. It flowed, man. It was packed. And there's so many times they say we have games for everybody, but this time I really believed it. The amount of the diversity, the sheer diversity they had was incredible. However, there were too many low moments for me. Parts I thought like the middle just kind of dragged. The part where they were talking about the you can load it twice as fast. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was a little low.
You're right.
Sweep it.
There were just
I forgot.
it wasn't a constant high the whole way through. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. We are a little bit rushed here. I apologize that this went off the rails a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed our reactions. Stay tuned. Very soon, immediately after this, we're going to have Michael Damiani on here with Game Explain. Should be hype. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for this year's E3 celebration. We're thrilled to bring you our reactions and analysis of all the big announcements, as well as impressions from as many games as we can get our hands on at the show. If this is your first time tuning in, Easy Allies is an independent group of experienced writers and producers covering games and having fun in a variety of ways. We make a range of reviews, previews, podcasts, shows, and other surprises that you can find either at youtube.com/easyallies or here on Twitch. You can also check easyallies.com to find our full schedule, current shows, reviews, and more. All of this is made possible through the support of fans just like you. If you enjoy this week's coverage or any of our other content, consider stopping by patreon.com/easyallies and becoming a monthly patron. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to exclusive videos, and there are a number of other rewards from early access to community interaction if you can give more. Whether you're able to support us financially or just want to hang out, thank you for being here with us for the most exciting week of the year.